The Chicago Bears drop week 1 to the Minnesota Vikings, 24-27 in a disgusting fashion. Don't let the score fool you. It was atrocious. We're gonna break the entire game down, tell y'all what we think about what we saw out there. All that and a lot more right after this. If you're tuning in right now to the Black Bear Podcast, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. We got a lot of people coming in here right now, fellas. I say hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I'm your host, Mark Robb, with my co-host in the building with me, Chef West, to the right of me, and OG Ronnie B at the bottom of your screen. It sound like I'm enthusiastic right now. I sound like I'm not hurt, but fellas, I'm hurt. Y'all seen the thumbnail, another heartbreaker. You could kind of see the writing on the wall from this goddamn game. There's a lot of issues in this game. Some of the same story from the Smith said they did a lot better than he thought. We'll talk about that. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they did okay. They did pretty well if you want to look at the overall picture of it, but you could kind of see the writing on the wall as this was like crumbling right before us, fellas. Y'all see we all in the chat, and we was y'all heard what I was saying in the chat. I was up and down the whole fucking game. Ronnie, you was right there with me. Wes, you was jumping. It was absolutely Bears fashion. Welcome to Chicago, Ben Johnson. If you think you can fix this, then fix it, because this is the kind of shit that happens to Chicago Bears fans and the Chicago Bears team. It looks, they sell you something. They let you feel like you going in heartbreak. We had heartbreak all last season in all the big moments, big games, and they snatch it right out our chest, snatch the food right out our mouth before we could take a fucking bite. To kick off the season like this, man, I'm telling you, and I was just telling my lady this, fellas, and I'll let one of y'all jump in here and we'll get to our great and not so great. I am not going to be able to do this all season long. I'm telling you that right now.
Fuck no.
I'm going, and what I mean by that, I'll explain a little bit later. But I'm not going to be able to do this shit all season long. It is not. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to start calling. Initial thoughts of the game, fellas. Initial thoughts of the game.
Well, besides them being emotionally draining year after year, game after game, I didn't think they did that bad, but they didn't do that good either.
Right.
I mean, I was in it. The first half, it was even when we were ahead, I was still a little worried because they were always within a score.
Yeah, for no
reason. And that's how the Bears roll, is if a team's within a score, we end up losing the game. And look what happened. We took our foot off the pedal. They put theirs on, and the rest was history.
I think I'm with y'all the same way. It's like you said, Mark, it's Bears fashion. It always seemed like we think the other team just gonna lay down at some point, or they gonna like just put in they second stringers, or they gonna pull the stuff, like they just gonna let us just, all right, cool, y'all got this one. And that ain't professional sports, period. Right. I mean, that's a lot of reason most people is fans of sports, is for that reason. But man, I mean, I got who fought? Man, who fought it wasn't? Who
you blame to go around.
Who thought it wasn't? The only people that had a great day out there was the 85 Bears. We got to say, celebrate them, clap them up. They got to touch the trophy, because that's how it's gonna be every year. We might as well celebrate them at the beginning of every season, because if we keep letting up, those guys would have never let up. Them guys didn't let up. them guys never let up. It wasn't no, and I just
Sickening. It's
it's
sickening.
it's no reason. Because even if you look at it, like I said, I was going over the stats with y'all in the green room about how everything was looking. It was no reason for y'all tonight. The Chicago was the better team out there.
Obviously.
They were the better team with injuries and everything. And we can get into that too and all that. But they was the better team. And then they forgot they was. It's like they went to halftime, watched the movie, ate some pizza, some popcorn, talked about what they're gonna do after the game, and kind of just sat it. Kind of just sat on it. And I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of
oh man. Hold on. Smith, they are practically a new team again. It will take years to get this team decent. You are absolutely right. But that game should have been won. And we about to talk about a lot of reasons. Vocal fight. Look, man, look.
What's up, man?
You escaped one. And look, you were fortunate. Your team was fortunate to go against the Chicago Bears, where the NFL hates them. There was a comment in here earlier. It says JJ plays like straight up trash for 3 quarters, then does a Tom Brady and accounts for 3 touchdowns and 2-point conversion in the fourth. They beat the over by the slimmest of margins. The NFL is rigged. Look, that was some bullshit. And we're going to talk about why it was a lot of bullshit. JJ McCarthy stinks.
Yeah.
And we saw what unfolded. Let's jump into our first segment, though, fellas. Oh, man. Great and not so great. We talk about some great things that we saw out there and some not so great things. It could be anything from the fans to the refs to the fucking concession stands out there. TP, this is not how the divisional game should look. It should be won on the field by the players, not the refs. The refs put their nose in there way too much with too many key bullshit calls. I would agree with you if that was not the case. Shit.
I mean, I can go first. I mean,
go ahead, go first. Because
I'll go first. Yeah. Welcome.
Skull. Y'all, that team sucks. JJ, I'm telling you, JJ does not have a bright future. He's not gonna have a good season. There's no chance.
Cheers to the Black Nation that's in here showing us love. We appreciate y'all for real though. But not so great is the same thing that's been not so great for us all the time. It is coming back. I said it when we went into halftime. This is when you plan the uppercut. This is when you get aggressive. This is when the trick play is supposed to come out. This is when we left. It was when it just gave me that whole if it ain't broke, don't fix. When Swift started running hard like that, when you was bringing out the Canadian Eagle out there, you should have kept going with that. Kept eating up clock, kept running hard.
Yep.
You know, that kind of thing. And I mean, not so great was the refs. I mean, everybody seeing it, including the commentators, like, I really don't see that. I don't see this. That's a tough call. That's a bad call. But despite that, just us overall with the penalties that we did get, the penalties that we did deserve, the false starts early on, which really didn't do much, but it just, you know how it is. It's like when the refs first start shooting that flag gun, it's like they can't never stop.
They don't stop. They don't stop.
They just want to just keep going. They can't wait for the first. It's like spades. Once spades is broke, the refs is going. And like I said, I'm not gonna blame it totally on the refs, but that was a very, very poorly ref game. Period. I expected to see difference in that first half and that second half, even after we was up and winning and looking like we was handling the game. I thought we were going to come out and be super aggressive on both sides of the ball. That's even the defense on the second side and the second half looked like they was like pulling back. They was watching instead of attacking gaps and attacking, like they were just standing on their blocks, just not attacking the gaps like they used to. We were down 3 of our defensive starters who do make big impacts on the game,
Oh
but
man,
we held, and those other
lock their
guys,
ass
like
up. Go
they
ahead. My bad.
showed, no, I'm just saying they showed poise and promise. The rush was good. Dio came out looking good. Dexter was looking good. Chris Williams was good. That defensive line looked really, really good. Put up. I mean, they was out there playing. Then I don't know if it was fatigue, play calling, or what, but it's like they just pulled back just to see. It kind of gave JJ McCarthy some breath to breathe, to calm himself down instead of continue to agitate and put pressure on him. And yeah, that's what I didn't like. I didn't like the ref. I didn't like the effort in the third quarter. I mean, I didn't like none of the third quarter.
None of
Even
it.
though Minnesota didn't do much to us in the third quarter, everything they actually did came in the fourth. It's like after that third quarter, Minnesota's like, oh, they forget it's 12 more minutes. Or whatever. They forget it's still time left in this game, basically.
Right.
So what we're gonna do in that? And like I said, you can't do that against a Kevin O'Connell. You can't do that against a Kevin O'Connell. And like I said, statistically, hard. I mean, it was tit for tat. At the end of the game, when you look at the overall, but like I said, everybody is the unsuccessful challenge. I don't care about that. I'm more pissed off about the actual missed field goal, because a challenge is subject to some rules. Some other people who ain't got on no jersey gets to decide what happens. But a missed field goal, the block punt, all of that mattered more to me than missing the challenge, because and not going forward on that fourth down early on in the game for sure. But
yeah, Wes, if you want to, I'm done with the comments for right now. If you want to put some up, you can. But yeah, I'm that guy right now. I can't deal with the comments right now. It's a bunch of dumbasses in the chat that clearly don't know football, but that's fine. It's game one. You will see exactly what I'm talking about with your quarterback, JJ McCarthy. But so your grade was well, go ahead, just recap it real quick.
My not so good is like I said,
not
my not so great was just that whole entire third quarter. Even though much didn't happen in it, it just was the staggering, the suffocation of just the team. And I think that led into that Viking momentum in the fourth quarter. Like I said, the refs just killing plays, even though we were doing the same thing. The penalties, like I said, we had 12 penalties for 127 yards, and still had more yards than they had in the whole entire game. So that just tells you how how effective those yellow things just sucked it out, and just to not feel like we didn't have an answer. Ben Johnson, I know, first day on the job, you got it. You got some explaining to do. You got some sitting down and getting right with Jesus yourself. Everybody do. The whole entire Bears team. But overall, it felt like a fight in the beginning. It felt like we were trying to actually play, and people was out there giving it they all. Right. And I can't say that about us much of last season. And I'm so happy about that. That pass rush, man. I'm so happy to see that pass rush. That defensive line, I would say they did more than I expected them to do at all, to be honest.
So you could keep going and just throw your not so great. I mean, your grade in there then.
My grade, that's my grade. Just it looked like effort. That's the grade. It looked like effort with the team. It looked like they had a plan. They was like that first drive looked really, really good. Like I said, other than the penalties that was cutting them down, the run looked good. You seen DeAndre Swift running hard. You seen guys laying out for the ball, trying to make plays. And like I said, the greatest part of it to me, the whole entire game, was that defensive line. I know they stalled out in the third, and it looked like they kind of gave up, but overall they surprised me. Dio, Javon, those guys, Sweat, batting down balls, like doing everything a defensive line is supposed to be doing, kind of overall is what I really liked about the defensive line.
Bear Truth, come in here, man. They trying to take over our chat, man. Get in here and you know, talk some shit and you know, defend this team. Ronnie, I'm gonna let you go next, man, because
okay.
I'm still a ticking time bomb right now.
Right. Okay. First game with Ben Johnson. My not so great. Take the fucking points. We are the Bears. You're going for it on 4th and 3. Who the fuck do you think we are? Honestly, take the points. 3rd and 2, bubble screen. What are you doing? That shit never works for us.
Wait, whoa. Was that the no? Okay, no, that wasn't the play call. That wasn't the play call. Now you keep going. My bad.
But I'm just like,
I got you.
Little shit like being too cute, trying to come on, man. You know who you got out there, and you know who we are. Before we get all advanced, let's do the simple shit first. Like kick the field goal, get the points. As bad as everything was with the refs and them coming back, whatever you want to call it, we were only down 3. If we make a couple of moves, we're up 3, and they're chasing us. But instead, we're chasing them, and that's never a good position for the Chicago Bears because we're not good at comebacks.
Exactly.
We don't put up points like that to do all that. But
no.
And then, so that's my not so great. Was the play calling was questionable. Some of the stuff Ben was doing. So I put that on him for the most part. As far as guys with us, the refs are what they are. You know, you can't dictate that, or you got to just deal with it.
You got to just deal with it, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about nothing like that. But I would say that the thing that I thought that was great was Caleb didn't get sacked till late. It didn't seem like. But he used his legs a lot. Like you were saying, Mark, earlier in the day, he did use his legs. That's how we got our first score. We looked so tough on that first drive, like we was going to be on something. Even though it wasn't with his arm, he did it with his legs. And he used his legs quite a few times throughout the game. And he was going backwards a little bit and scrambling, but he was getting away. So obviously when you make a play, nobody complains. But his legs look good today. Overall, I mean, he wasn't that great with his arm, but he was also under pressure, especially in the second half. They were coming more. But yeah, I think his legs was the good thing for me. But yeah, they were on him in the second half more. And yeah, we basically, it was an implosion, straight debacle on the Bears' behalf.
You handing the mic over?
Yeah,
wait, no. So your great, your not so great was the play calling and some of the questionable play calls. And then your great was
Caleb's legs.
Using his legs, and I dropped a 4-minute little dig earlier, and that was one of my keys.
Yep.
All the good quarterbacks use them legs.
Yeah.
I know Caleb get a lot of heat for not standing in the pocket and this and that and the third and bailing out too early or dancing back there. Fuck that. Go play like Caleb and go be Caleb and get out of the pocket. Patrick Mahomes had 6 carries for 57 yards. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of the pocket. Don't sit there just because the national media or the local media or dumbass Bears fans want you to sit in the fucking pocket because they don't understand football. Hell no. All the good quarterbacks used their legs this weekend. And they all did. And Caleb did too today. He had almost 2 rushing touchdowns. And I don't know how many rushing yards he had. But anyway, I agree with that. That's a good grade. I struggled to find a great. So I'm gonna start my not so great, and hopefully a great comes to me by the time I get to it. But my not so great, where the fuck do I start? Oh man. You did the Ben Johnson thing. I ain't gonna go to Ben Johnson thing. I ain't gonna go that way. Not yet. I'll talk about it at some point in the fucking show. Penalties. I'm gonna just do it because how many? What was it, Chef? 12 for 122, 12 for 130. You muted, Wes.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Yep, 12 penalties for 127 yards, 127 free.
And then what did Vikings have? What was theirs?
8 penalties for 50 yards.
8 for 50. So we doubled theirs and some. Absolutely unacceptable. But you know what? Fellas? This shit has been an issue all offseason. That is the only thing that's been consistent with this offense. Pre-snap fuck-ups. Even at the end of the game on that goddamn before we did the little pass to DJ and they start tossing the ball, they fucking fumbled the whatever the fuck that was. I was at the computer looking around trying to just see it because I knew the game was over. But the pre-snap bullshit has to stop. They will lose every single game if you come out here and get 12 penalties for 122 yards. Now, the refs, I could have went to the refs on this one. And the refs got to be talked about. That was some bullshit by the refs. That was absolute BS, even though we've seen it before. But the shit that we can control, that we can actually control, cannot happen. Darnell Wright, Jonah Jackson, DJ Moore went on. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I get it. I've been talking about it all offseason, and I knew this would be a big factor. Pre-snap operation is so important. You can't even fucking run a play because if he says on 2 in the huddle, why the fuck aren't we? Why are we going on 1? And it's the same dudes. I ain't gonna lie, it's the same dudes. Joe Tooney didn't get. We didn't see not one. You
No
know what I
Dallman,
mean?
no Dallman, no Tooney.
No Dallman. Dallman got fucked up one time, but it wasn't no penalties.
Yeah, did Braxton Jones even get a penalty this game?
Oh man, I've been waiting. I was gonna wait to praise Braxton. Braxton, from my just naked eye, from what we just was watching, Braxton looked good. But I just want my not so that penalties, the pre-snap penalties. You know, when the hot ball is hiked and they call that bullshit phantom call on Darnell Wright, or that bullshit hands to the face, or the bullshit Tyreek Stevenson. That you know, but the false starts from the same guys absolutely has to stop. It has to stop. And I know Ben Johnson coaches these fellas hard, these boys hard. But whatever you doing ain't working. It ain't working. We will lose. I'm telling y'all, we gonna keep losing if we keep getting these false starts like this. It's absolutely it's disgusting because their operation was clean. They had a couple delayed games, but they weren't getting false starts and shit like that. My great, and I really don't. We put up 24 points, fellas, and I really don't want to give them a great for this shitty ass game. It is a shitty game, man. 24 points of shit. Nahshon Wright did his thing today. We were down Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, and this great was between Nahshon Wright and Braxton Jones. But I felt like Braxton, it wasn't as clean as Nahshon. Nahshon Wright, I think he got that penalty. Was that he got the penalty, the PI call, right?
Yeah,
early in the game. The first one that was him,
yeah.
which the coverage was great. The coverage was excellent. If they wanted to keep that flag in their pocket, they could have, because he got his head turned around a little late. I honestly, and y'all fellas, where was the flag at? Where did y'all see the flag was at?
I mean, he got his head around late, but the ball was short. It was 3-4 yards short. I mean, if he would have turned around, it's one of those, you see that a lot with cornerbacks. If they would have just turned around a little bit earlier, the ball was short. That's something you can come back to and pick, that kind of thing. But like I said, that's how refs do, man. That's what once they start, they can't stop.
That's all they want to see is you look for the ball, though. You keep your hand on the offensive guy you want to, so you know where he's at. But you got to turn for that ball, man.
You got to turn that head around and get.
You can't play the guy. You got to play the ball. And a lot of corners get caught with that. You're right, Wes. A lot of people get caught up with that shit.
Down Jalen Johnson, down Kyler Gordon, Wes, OG. Y'all seen my messages. I was worried. They did a hell of a job. Tyreek, Nahshon, Nick McLeod. I throw them in there too, but this is about Nahshon. What's up? This is about Nahshon Wright. They did a hell of a job, man.
They leading receiver was 44 yards.
Who was that? Was that one JJ?
Aaron Jones Jr. and JJ.
Aaron Jones.
They both had 44, but JJ had one more catch, so he goes second.
The best thing I seen JJ McCarthy do today he dropped that bitch in there to Aaron Jones, didn't he, for that touchdown?
Mhm.
He did.
Yeah,
He
he
did. He
Yeah.
absolutely did. That's what I wanted to see Caleb do on that left side, which Wes you was talking about in the group chat. On that left side towards the end of the game, on that not the second to last drop. Just drop that bitch in there.
Drop it in.
Caleb got there late, so he sailed it. But those are the type of passes that I was talking about last season where people gonna say, oh, he overthrew him. Hell no. Nah. He got there late. Once you get there late, you try to drop that in, and there's gonna be a pick. You got to sell it. Just sell it. He got there late. He missed him. He missed DJ, and you got to get there sooner. But this is about Nation Wright. That motherfucker came out of nowhere on the Vikings practice squad. They talked about it.
Yep.
And they gave him his credit on the pick. He had a pick 6 on Justin Jefferson jumping out routes. Like, come on with that elementary school shit. We better than that. You know what I mean? Nation Wright definitely get my grade for this one. Yeah, he was probably my favorite on defense tonight. I know. Look, Wes, you talking about that D line? That D line was looking good early. All of them, including Nation Wright, all them dudes folded late. They folded late.
Third quarter, it's like they gave up.
Yeah, I don't want to absolve the defense in blame in this. And we gonna talk about the blame game when we get to that. But yeah, so look, if y'all got any more greats and not so greats, y'all can throw them out there, and we can keep talking football until we move on.
Man,
I know there's a lot more.
I had to pick some players that
Oh, Noah Sewell looked good out there.
Good.
Noah Sewell. What you saw my tweet. I thought it was gonna be I originally felt it was gonna be Sewell, and then I saw a report saying it was Hippolyte was gonna get some reps. Well, he got some reps, but nah, Sewell was out there.
Sewell was out there, man. I mean, he business decision on a touchdown to Jones, but
so I'm glad you brought. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I'm just saying that was a good play call, though. That was a good play call.
It was a hell of a
play call. And like
I felt Brisker should have got. I felt Brisker should have been there sooner.
But that's what happens when your second string linebackers out there with your first string safety.
Yep.
That's that continuity people want to talk about, where they kind of know what it is with each other, and they, you know what I mean. Like I said, we know Brisker, we know how you fly around. If he would have knew that Sewell was gonna let him release like that, and he stumbled too on top of that, but that's, like I said, the tape, the film study on this game right here, it's gonna be embarrassing. It's gonna be embarrassing for everybody. Gonna be embarrassed out there. Everybody gonna be embarrassed out there, and good. That's feel a little shame.
I would have wished we came out with this dub, and then the film was gonna feel that much better, and y'all still won. But there was another one that Justin Jefferson. Tell me if y'all saw this. Justin Jefferson touchdown. He put the little move on whoever he put the move on. That could have been Bayer was right there. He was not. He didn't. Blood. He was supposed to run down, right?
Jump the route.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, that's that continuity of that pass. I know he's finna pass off on this. That's linebacker to safety kind of communication again. I know he's gonna pass him off. I'm gonna step up and at least get in front to bat the ball down and not get that after the ball.
Right. I seen early in the game, Bayard was like telling people where to be. I seen him pointing, moving people around because they weren't in the right spots.
Yeah. He damn near yanked Brisker by the collar. Told you, get back here. What you doing?
Man, get back.
Come on.
Yeah.
I was disappointed on that play, man, because it was third down. It was a big play, and they gave up the first touchdown to a bum ass JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy is weak as hell. He is weak as hell. Without a run game, he ain't shit. But neither team could run the ball for real. They started getting some success late when the D lines were a little tired, but early on, neither team was running the ball. Why the fuck didn't Kyle Monangai get a carry?
I thought he had one.
I thought he did too, but when I looked, it said none. I didn't look at ESPN though. ESPN usually had the right numbers.
Yeah, that's where I go to. I'm on ESPN right now.
The score say none. the score app. I'm using the
Yeah,
score.
they say ESPN got him with no carries. All he
DJ
had
had
was-
3. What do we?
DJ had
But
3 for 8.
see, that's going back, and let me get this off the screen because we kind of now we just chopping it up. That kind of goes to what you were saying about Ben Johnson and the play calling and the shit. It was, I'm telling you, man. Welcome to head coaching, Ben Johnson. Welcome to head coaching. Because why, Monunga? You had one running. You used one running back today. If you want to count DJ Moore, that's 2. But DJ ain't Kyle. Kyle been doing this his whole life. DJ been a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't disrespect Kyle like that. Let Kyle go out there and work. And you had DJ. It's an L on my part. L on my part.
And it was still 120 total rushing yards to our 119. And we basically used one running back.
Yeah, but I mean, but
it could have been better. It could have been
50, 56, 58 of those. Caleb had a lot of those rushing yards, and I don't know. I just felt like at some time, look, even though DeAndre Swift was running hard later on in the game, we needed a little more switch up like they did. They was using zoom and boom on us, Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones. We gave DJ Moore 3 carries. If you're gonna use DJ Moore back there, give him more than 3 carries. Then you know what I'm saying? Like it was weird. That was weird. And I get it's week 1, it's game 1. It was a little off to me. What's up?
No, I would just say it's Ben Johnson trying to beat week 10 Ben Johnson in week 1, which hopefully he learned from that. Hopefully he learned from it. I mean, even at the end, I'm like, throw the Hail Mary, just throw it as far as you can. That I do not like the short pass flea flicking end of game.
All the hook and ladder.
Boards. Yeah, I don't know. Like, especially when you pass a 50, like if you 40 yards out, like at the 50-yard line, you want to do it, yeah, because you could get a little breakaway and get some
and burst real quick.
But you could do that for 35 yards and you still need 35 more. That don't make sense to me.
So, yeah, Ben Johnson. Look,
welcome to coach.
Welcome to, and when we listen to Ben Johnson, he hasn't spoken at the podium yet. Either that he spoke or the Bears just not having it live. We're gonna listen to Ben Johnson. We're gonna listen to Caleb Williams speak on how they feel about week 1, because like these are live bullets now, fellas. We waited for what 8 months for this shit.
8 months.
8 months, man. We deserved a win tonight and we didn't get it. I guess you don't deserve shit. You got to go get it in this game. But okay. If y'all don't got any more just rant anything, we can talk about the Caleb Williams guy real quick until Caleb shows up.
Yeah, we can talk about Caleb. I mean, okay. I don't got no more overall. We can start dissecting this game. It's gonna be nasty, but let's do it,
man. Because and then we gonna do absolutely bare truth, absolutely one game bare truth. But we should have won this one game. That's the thing. We should have won that. We can't keep doing. He's a rookie, or his coaches was bad last year, or it's one game, or this is his first game coaching. At some point, you got to be like, damn, he did that, and this only his first game. You know what I mean? Can we do that version of it instead of it's only his, or he's just one game? Now I want to say, damn, this was his first game playing. Luther Burden went off for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, or is his first game coaching and he dialed it up like that? What? We can't ever do that. We always talking about the latter version of that scenario. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of this. We had that game, fellas. We definitely had that game.
Yeah,
I do want to give credit to, like you touched on it real quick, Wes. That D-line surprised me in the first half.
Yeah,
in the first half, they were getting to JJ McCarthy, and we failed to make adjustments. I don't know what happened, but we stopped getting to him, and JJ started to get comfortable. He did. Like, JJ didn't look good to me. I'm not worried about JJ. I feel like we played him again. we'd kill their ass, which we will play them again. But he did get comfortable. He started to get comfortable in the second half. Dennis Allen, you gotta adjust. He didn't adjust. Dennis Allen didn't adjust because the defense was our shining star at first. But even if we won this game, I don't think I would have gave the game ball to the defense because what did the score end up being? 24-20. Y'all gave up 27 points to who?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck if the offense keep 3 and out, whatever's going. 27 points to who? And then the special teams, man. Special teams couldn't cover a punt. They couldn't kick a field goal. Cairo, you just had this man boom a 59-yarder on your fucking turf, and you go out and shank a 50-yarder?
Right.
Every time they punted, let me tell you, every time they punted to us, Duvernay couldn't, like, he could wiggle for 5, 6 yards, whatever, and go. Every time we punted to them, oh man, they punt returner had yards. He had space to run with. The special teams was horrendous. Richard Hightower, I don't know what the fuck you've been preaching, but the special teams was disgusting to me. Disgusting. Yes, I'm right there with you, Lobo Omega. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Santos missing that field goal was kind of gut-wrenching. He said heartbreaking, but it was gut-wrenching when you seen it because you knew we needed those points. You know what I mean? You knew, like, okay, what the fuck ever, kick the field goal, get points after they call in a phantom call, and then Caleb gets a fucking intentional grounding, which I'm gonna tell you right now, if Caleb didn't stumble over his own feet, they were dead. They were dead to rights. Caleb had them. He got loose, but he didn't, and he stumbled and he pulled the Justin and tried to fling it, whatever, intentional ground. You can't make this up, fellas. You just can't make it up. Oh man, I got a lot to say about this goddamn game. It's all fresh in my memory. But let's move on to the quarterback. Let's talk about the quarterback and only the quarterback. You see the numbers going across the bottom of the screen. Wait till they refresh. But he had 210 yards, 211.
Yep,
211. Williams, 21 for 35, 211, 2 sacks, 1 rushing touchdown. Would have been 2 rushing touchdowns. No, he had 1 touchdown, 1 rushing, 1 passing. My bad. I mean, I'm gonna let y'all go first and tell me what y'all thought about the quarterback. And don't hold back because that motherfucker. Go ahead.
I mean, it's just, it's the same. It's the same overall feeling of you had him on several different plays, Caleb. But he looked way better at, I don't know, I guess you want to call it being a quarterback, standing in the pocket, taking his drops. I'm not, like I said, I'm not finna kill him for every, a miss that he didn't get to or whatever, because, he was throwing in some tight pockets, but you seen the growth and a lot of his checkdowns, hitting guys where he's supposed to, extending the plays like he was supposed to. But it kind of, like I was just saying about the refs, once he started getting some good scrambles, I felt like his reads got faster. He took his time to go through all 4, but they were pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty quick. He was 1. Nope, I don't see 2. Nope, 3, 4. I can't fling it over here. Then I'm a roll out and bail.
He was hitting that check down for sure.
But he, like I said, he was hitting the check down like he's supposed to. I see the growth in him. But like I said, it's a work. Gotta have some work. Overall, like I said, I mean, he did his thing. I mean, I could have been better. It could have been a lot better. Some of that I attribute to play calling as well. But at the same time, shit, you don't want to hike the ball, man. I mean, you can kill that play. You can say this is stupid and kill that play. I've said it last year about him. I said the year before that about Justin. If I think I said it in the first number. If I was a Bears quarterback and a coach called a screen, a bubble screen, I am killing that shit. I don't care if I think it's gonna work or not. I'm just going through history. I think we owe for 455. I think it worked 2 times ever. Ever. And now when I say work, I mean not even first down. I mean just positive yards, like
Just
2
positive.
times.
Right, 1 yard.
One if that, and it's
Yeah,
just
if
been
that.
if it's just been a bang. He was like I said, third quarter is what's killing me. Like even the first half, I wasn't too pissed. I wasn't too mad at how he was doing. Thought like I said, I thought when he went in the halftime, they was gonna start telling him, you might even want to sit on your first and second read more because we see you can get away. So you don't even really have to worry about the check down. It's that when it's going to be that. We need you to start, getting the ball up the field and letting those routes kind of develop.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's just my keys to what Caleb did. I said still had a decent game. Still was making some good throws. Staying in the pocket a lot. Like I said, only 2 sacks, which is good. And those 2 were kind of unavoidable for
Yeah, that
sure.
last one, they
Yeah,
Hargrave, old weak ass. I'm
yeah,
glad,
he got in there. He
Wes.
got
You know the bragging. You know how much we was gonna be able to say to Vikings fans if we
yeah,
won this game, because that's all they got is that they won the game. But everything they was trying to sell us on,
didn't
Hargrave,
work.
these weak ass, and then that new O line that they was talking about, and then JJ McCarthy. None of that shit showed up tonight.
Nah.
None of it. But
Like I said, they got the
I
benefit of the doubt with the flags. They got a lot of short fields. I mean, you could tell. I mean, I talked about it in the green room about time possession. We had the ball for 33 minutes. Y'all had it for 27. That means y'all had way shorter fields than we had, and that was a lot of that was attributed to penalties, and that's on us. And now, like I said, I'm not gonna point out all the shitty ass calls because y'all saw it. Everybody saw the game. So I can count 4. Easy 4. Easy 4. And all of them was 15 plus yards. And they was in a bad spot. And it would have been, detrimental to the Vikings if they didn't get that flag. But yeah, overall, Caleb, I'm 50-50. I'm in the middle. He's like I said, he extended plays. I like that scramble, obviously, to Rome was good. Hitting Cole over the middle. Just going at him. If you look at, I think he hit 8 different receivers today. Something along that number
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 different receivers. Got the ball. 2 of them was the running backs. Cameron guy, I guess that what we thought was a run was technically a pass. So that's what they gave him credit for on that. But yeah, DJ, Zacchaeus, Rome. I would love to see a little bit more Loveland in there, and yeah, just like we said, just tidy it up, man. Like I said, we was a better team. We looked like the better team. I seen all the teams in the division play, and I ain't worried if we can just play clean and get right when we can get right.
Lobo Mega said, yes, sir. The rest most definitely has some bad calls overall. I just want to see our QB and the whole team get better overall so we don't make mistakes like we did tonight. And it was a lot of fucking mistakes. And Ben Johnson likes smart players. And I don't like to call people dumb, but they was dumb. Like you cannot keep jumping. You can't keep jumping. I'm telling you, you can't just keep it's called in the huddle, man. I don't know, and I don't. It's called in the huddle when we going on 2, when we going on 3, when we going on 1. Hut. You know, now if I say on 2, hut, you go on the second hut. Like, what are we jumping? What's with the early? You scared? I get it. You got, but Jonathan Grenard won. We heard it. He didn't hear him all night. Now Van Ginkel started to, but I digress.
Let's see what Grenard have. Oh, he at the bottom. 2 tackles.
OG,
What's good?
Caleb guy, talk to us.
Caleb, I'm not going to get down on Caleb too much. I don't feel like he lost the game, but he definitely didn't win it. But he played about a C, somewhere in the middle, like Wes was saying. But at the same time, it's like I do agree with you, Wes. I saw the growth. He was going through his progressions, and then not only that, but his pocket presence. He was very aware when people were right on his ass, and he was able to escape for the most part. He was able to get away way faster, way more athletic than anybody chasing him. And he threw that laser down the sideline to Rome, and he got his feet in. And that was, to me, that was one of the strongest throws that we've seen him make with live bullets anyway. So, I mean, yeah, he was missing stuff later on, but they were also, they made the adjustment on defense, and we didn't make the adjustment on offense. So that's why they started getting the edge, and they were grinding more in the second half than we were. So,
yes,
I mean, yeah, we kind of just let up a little bit. And I don't know what Caleb was seeing down the field. There were guys open. They were showing it to us, during the game. They were showing us guys open, this and that. And Caleb was missing guys, not throwing it to him. And then there were guys that were open sometimes, and he was missing them too. But the game changed for him in the second half, and we didn't change the game for him. So, and that's why we fell behind and couldn't catch back up, because we're the Bears. But overall, I'm not knocking Caleb for what he did tonight. I don't think that was on him. I mean, everybody missed something, and nobody was perfect on either team, during the whole week of the first NFL week or whatever. But I'm just, we definitely have room to grow, and there's definitely work to be done. So let's just see what happens next week. We got to rebound and hopefully, get this shit together, because now we got Detroit coming Sunday. So this is your boys, Ben. So we can't go 0-2. Come on now.
I think we jump in a little, but I think we gonna beat the Lions, and we should have beat this team, man.
Yeah.
Look, okay. I hear y'all. I hear what both of y'all saying, but Caleb Williams, y'all say y'all saw improvement, y'all saw growth. I did not see growth from Caleb Williams tonight. I felt like I liked him better last year. And this is coming. I know a lot of people thought he sucked or whatever the fuck they thought last year. I liked him better last year. He absolutely was missing. I won't say miss, because DJ would run the out, or Rome will run the post, and he wouldn't hit it, but he'd still pick up 10 underneath. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to say miss. Maybe he would have had more yards going there. And that was fine. I think he was trying to get stack completions, and that was great. I thought he looked okay. He looked fine, but he could have looked better. I feel like he was in his head. He was trying so hard to be this mold that's kind of weird. And yes, Caleb, if you can this is what I'm trying to say. The 10 for 10, OG, like you just mentioned, the 10 for 10, that's great. But now do what you was doing last year too. Throw that bitch down the field. Take those shots. Start throwing it, slinging the ball around. I felt like Caleb was still too shackled. And Ben Johnson pissed me off, because Bear Chief said this is the top D game one. Yes, that's another point I wanted to make later on when we got to some of these grades. But
shout out my homie. This is my homie Brent Huberty. We did 2 tours together. He up in Minnesota. Shout out to my mans. I just want to throw him in there. He finally got in. Took him long enough. Of course, he'll come into my podcast when we play his team. It's cool it's cool, Devil Dog. We good.
Man, look, Wes. I'll let y'all shout him out. I can't right now. No. Appreciate you jumping in for sure. Talking football with us for sure, but I'll keep going.
Go ahead.
He did not. Caleb, the wheels was on point. I wanted to see the wheels. Don't sit in that fucking pocket. But I'm telling you, from what I saw, I liked the Caleb last year. And we saw a little bit of that when he missed DJ on that left side, West, towards the end of the game.
Yep.
When it was like, gotta have it, gotta score before the 2-minute warning to save the 2 minute. That's when we start seeing a little more, shots down the field, like slinging the ball. Like, he was taking some stuff underneath. Yeah, and his completion percentage looked good, but I don't know. I still felt like something was off, and it looked like I said, it looked good. Didn't look bad, or it didn't look great, but it looked okay. It looked fine, but something was missing. Something was off from Caleb Williams to me tonight, and I don't know. I just didn't like I didn't completely like what I saw. I feel like Caleb could have played a lot better. He was if you gonna slice it up, Wes, like you gave out the slice, you sliced up the pie last year. Caleb got to take a big piece of this pie tonight. Because okay, another thing, even when they did take the lead, what was it, 20-17, or what was it, 27 to whatever? They took the lead and it was still a touchdown. Go score, man. You had like 7 minutes to go score. We couldn't go score. We couldn't go score. But Ben Johnson kept putting him under center. Stop it. At some point, you got to just stop it and let Caleb go win you this football game.
Yeah.
And then we're going to practice the other shit and start from the under center shit the next game and see if it works. He kept trying to do the under center. Ben Johnson. We've been saying this all offseason. Change Chicago before it changes you. Because you cannot come in here like Matt Nagy and keep calling your own shit. Your quarterback, the under center shit was just wonky to me. Every time they lined up a shotgun, not every time, but it looked good from the shotgun more often than not, man. Like, call it, like, put him in shotgun, man. Stop.
Yeah. Especially at the end of the game. And you need him to win. Let him go do his ISO mellow. Get the ball to
never turned him loose. They need to turn him loose.
I was underwhelmed by Caleb. I ain't gonna lie, I was.
His
numbers don't look bad. His numbers do not look bad. But
but if you look at the fact that he started 10 for 10 and ended up 21 for 35, that means he went 11 for his next 25. That's not good at all.
And they kept showing it. And Bear True jumping in here saying there's still way too much thinking on offense.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't set the tempo running by Ben. Also, I feel our running backs are just average. We need more from our running back.
Yeah.
We only used one running back. So, like, I don't.
And when we ran him, he ran hard. I'm like, okay, all right. He won't give him out again. Give it to me. And that to me is, I don't know. The best way I can say is kind of like fake love. It's like you say you love me, but your actions don't show it.
Don't show it.
It's like you see me. I mean, what was that? The third straight run Swift ran when he lowered his shoulder for that first down and picked dude up with his shoulder and got 2-3 more yards and kept running, flexed at the end of it. All right, we're gonna run the other way. We're gonna run it the other way. You see when they even said it on in the cast, like when they bringing out Theo, they run it hard. Like we're getting positive yards on the run when you bring out that 6 offensive lineman. You're getting that push. And DeAndre is recognizing that, and he's run. Look, out of all the runs he ran last year, those 3 runs that he ran back to back were probably 3 of the hardest runs that I see him run as a Bear. I can't remember him putting his shoulder down and just going through people's body.
See, they came at a point. You know when those runs came, Wes? We was moving the ball. We was finna go score. Caleb threw that ball to DeAndre Swift, and you look over, and it's a flag call. We was in the red zone. I think we got down to the 10-yard line. And you look over, it's a flag called on
Darnell.
Was
it Darnell, right?
It was Darnell on the bullshit. The bullshit call.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was that one.
Then the very next play, here goes Caleb. Intentional grounding. Now you third, you get what I'm saying? Now you 3rd and 30, and it just the drive is over. It killed the drive. But we look, so they have not released the Caleb and Ben Johnson talking, but they got some locker room. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah,
Chicago Bears locker room.
So I was just looking at it on my phone. They did Tremaine Edmonds already.
Let's listen to the Bears locker room real quick.
I mean, I can give you the ideas, but
Cole's initial reaction to that game, and obviously, the way it ended up going.
Yeah, I mean, sucks for the outcome and the way it ended. Give credit to them. That, they played a better full game than we did. Obviously we had some opportunities there to kind of close it out, and we didn't do that. So we got to do a better job on that front.
Such a good first drive. You guys are playing well on offense. Defense is playing well, but I guess from the offensive perspective, what happened?
I think our execution just has to be better, and when it comes down to those penalties, that's where we can be better, more disciplined, and that's us as players while we're out there being on the same page and making sure we're executing. And when you're falling behind the chains against a coordinator like that, against a defense like that, you're putting yourself in a pickle. I think in that first drive we did a good job of staying ahead of the sticks, and we didn't do that there towards the end of the game.
When the offense gets stuck in the mud, what are easy ways to try to get out?
Please tell us.
I mean, I think the easiest thing is just to be on our P's and Q's in terms of execution. I think we're hurting ourselves more often than anything. You can sustain a 1 or 2 yard gain, and obviously that's not much, but that's way better than being backed up 10 yards, 5-10 yards from a penalty sack, what have you, those type of mistakes. So
simple shit.
We just need to negate those negatives, and I think we would have had a better outcome there.
We've talked a lot about that, like even through the preseason. How do you quickly clean that up?
Yeah, I wish I knew. I think unfortunately that's been a little bit of a theme for us throughout the preseason and training camp, and obviously it showed its head here today a little bit. So we just got to practice harder. We got to be better, and we got to continue to work on those things. That's obviously something that we've struggled with, but something that we got to continue to grow.
Cole, I know it's just one game, but you've been here a while now and dealt with some tough losses too. I mean, this one.
ATF, we see you, baby. We just listening to the locker room right now.
Yeah, I mean, it stings because it's a division opponent, so that I think that's where it hurts to sum up the year. And that being said, I've actually had my fair share of opening day wins, and down the road they end up not meaning as much as you think they do. So hopefully that's the case with this one. So we got to be able to move on here quickly.
Look at the
Detroit
fucking vet
on Sunday. It's gonna be a quick turnaround for us. So yeah, sucks right now. Let it sting tonight, but really come tomorrow afternoon, we got to be able to move on to Detroit. They're already a day ahead of us.
That's such a swing of emotions. Pick six.
Is that Nation? I'm about to say, look at that boy, Nation.
How do you describe it from your point of view?
I mean, at the end of the day, the individual accolades don't matter once you don't win. You want to come out on top by any means necessary. So, I mean, obviously it was a great play, but you want to finish. So we got to get back on the drawing board. Learn how to finish.
How did you or the defense as a whole feel the impact of not having Jalen and Kyler and TJ out there?
I think we kind of just have a next man up mentality. We went through training camp with the guys who made this 53, and obviously they put the 52 together the way they felt that was necessary, and we believe in the guys that are out there, no matter who's down, who's up.
What happened on the pass interference?
It was one of those ones where the ball just kind of underthrown, and then I kind of felt like he
just like you said, Wes,
pulled me in just a little bit. So smart play on his end.
How do you explain the penalties that
he didn't even make no excuse? I fuck with it.
We just have to play disciplined football. I think we kind of let him off the hook with those penalties for sure.
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain the difference between the first three quarters?
Grady, hey Grady, ain't hear you fucking name
right now without
night.
watching the tape.
Nope,
you know what I'm saying?
didn't.
I think some mistakes and penalties kept
He
drives
was out there.
alive.
They was giving
We kind of
other
executed.
people
Some things was a
credit.
little questionable, but however it go, we just got to play, a cleaner game. Can't give them opportunities, and it definitely was a point of emphasis for us.
They
going
didn't
into the
play
game, knowing
lights
that we
out,
gotta play a clean
ATF.
game, and unfortunately,
wrong.
as the game went on, it got a little messy. Little penalty yardage kept them alive and gave them some confidence because we were shutting it down. But we gotta keep we just gotta keep pressure on it when you're going against a good team.
Yeah,
you can't give them new life.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys learn from this?
Kind of like I kind of said before, gotta play cleaner and gotta keep the pressure on while we up, and can't get comfortable and just gotta keep the intensity up, and that runs hand in hand with penalty-free football and penalty football when some technique maybe get sloppy here and there, or just some hits, or just you just don't want to put it in nobody else's hands but yourself.
Byron's out of this team is still trying to learn how to win close games late. How much of a real thing is that?
I mean, I can only speak with my experience here at Chicago, and I look at it as there's a lot of good lessons to learn out this game.
ATF, there's two halves to the
I
to
wouldn't
a football
say
game.
I think this is a
halves?
good group of guys that want to win.
What happened in the second
So
half?
I'm not even on the as far as he will have better knowledge of that as far as learning how to win. I think we got a group of guys that want to win and do it hard, win a lot. So I think we're gonna go back to work and we're gonna be positive about the things moving forward and really just focus on where we're at right now. And I think that's all that matters, where we're at right now. And I think that should be the focus going forward.
What did you notice about their running game? It seemed like they weren't really effective with it early on. Late third quarter, they kind of broke it open.
Yeah. For right now, without watching the film, we definitely was holding better in the first half versus the run, and maybe as the game progressed.
Listen to Grady tell you.
They was able to keep a couple runs alive.
Exactly.
The zone read when JJ kept it, something that we just got to work our fundamentals on a little better. So. It's just without me seeing the tape is to know exactly what adjustments they made to make it a little better for them. It's hard for me to speak on right now, but at the end of the day, we gotta be better, be consistent all the way through, because we're doing really well at first, and then just got to continue to keep that foot in the neck.
Oh man, they giving us everybody, ain't they?
Really worked on the script, and then later things change. That's part of the challenge of continuing to play well off.
That is a challenge in certain aspects. I don't think that was the case in this point. I think we had our plays, we were dialed in and executing regardless of if it was starters or any of the plays that we had on the play sheet. We were able to execute, but we just gotta be able to execute it throughout an entire drive. Can't have the mistakes that keep knocking us back and those different things. So yeah,
you hear 12 penalties for 127 yards.
Yeah, it can't happen. Obviously, can't happen. Those things that obviously, contributed to this loss, but amongst other things, but definitely not good.
Rome for all the talk this preseason about pre-snap stuff. 4 false starts in the first round.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're talking about in terms of stuff that you've been working on?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's all things that we're all involved with and need to, just hone in on those pre-snap things. I mean, that's just stuff that you can't do if you want to have success in this league, and that really, killed us in certain instances. But, we just got to eliminate those, and I think after that we'll be all right.
2 more guys.
Yeah.
Does that feel like a carryover? Does that feel like a carryover from the preseason? I know it's been talked about a lot.
They ain't gonna ask him how you feel about blocking linebackers in the gaps.
I mean, I think every time we're out there, and anytime you have a streak of them like that, it's something that needs to be resolved. But I don't try to think it carries over from anything. It hasn't been like something that we've all been on the top of our minds, like pre-snap penalties. Obviously, we want to clean it up, but it's a game-to-game, day-to-day basis on that. We just had too many today.
What was the message for you guys?
What was that?
What was the message you guys got?
His message was just to honestly, understand what happened, soak that in, but understand that we gotta, keep rolling. The season is here now. We got a game in 6 days going against Detroit, so gotta get ready for that.
All right, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
I'm right there with you, Kyle. Kyle plays 3-2. Hang on a second. Still playing in my ear. Kyle plays 3-2-2-4. We choked. The offense choked. Ben choked. The defense choked. That fucking special teams. Oh my God. Every time we had the punt, we gave them the ball back and they returned it right back into at the 50, the 40, into our territory every single time. ATF. Look, if you want to do that, you go ahead. That's fine. That's your prerogative. Put it on Caleb. He shit the bed, whatever, but his numbers don't say he shit the bed. We all watched the game. Caleb absolutely could have been better. And I was right there with you, but to say he shit the bed is absolutely like you hating, you hating, you got an agenda. But defense was on the field way too long. Well, we had what was 6 minutes, 7 minutes time of possession in our favor. Yeah. So was they defense on the field too long or like anyway? That's the first time I've seen the Bears release a locker room thing just like that in a 1-0. You dig like that. And I like what I was hearing from accountability. Accountability was taken from Grady Jarrett. Roma Dunze, especially when it came to the penalties and some of the Grady Jerry talked about the runs that they was able to get late, and you just got to stay on top of it. We choked, man. That's all. That's the only way you could put it. We choked. They weren't better than us. We didn't stink. We didn't suck. We didn't get our ass kicked. We definitely choked, though.
Definitely. Definitely. It wasn't what they were saying, like when we did that little combo show, all of that. I didn't, most of those guys that was brought up, I didn't see. I know the guys I talked about got brought up. I was talking about Roma Dunze. I was talking about Nation Wright. I was talking about that defensive line. And look, you remember, I wouldn't even want to give the Vikings fans a defensive line because I had high hopes for them. And they show what they can do. They see what, and that's another thing that I'm sick we didn't win, but I'm not truly mad. I'm happy that a lot of the shit is out there. It is on tape and it was live rounds.
Yeah.
So now we don't got hit like you were saying now in offseason, Mark. This ain't you going against your brothers no more. Now you're going up against the ops.
Yes.
Now this is where you can prove where you stand. And like I said, Noah Shu, he jumped out and he shined. Nashawn shined. That defensive line shine. Like Caleb had a lot of great plays. It was a lot of good catches out there. It was a lot of good things too. Like I said, the only thing that I think was the worst part is what you said, that those penalties, that operation. I think Jonah Jackson had 4 false starts. I think he had 4 or 5 false starts on his own, and I think 2 of them was back to back.
Yeah, he has.
I think 2 of them was back to back, and it's like, and he was one of the ones that I didn't think was an issue coming into the season because his name wasn't kind of brought up as much as being an issue. He was more of a upgrade, what most people were saying for this offensive line. And like you said before, Drew was good. I mean, he had that one play where he got pushed back, but him, Tooney, even Braxton, like I said, they look Darnell Wright. I know he had that one phantom call against him, and I think he had an actual holding call that they did call on him before too. But but overall, the things that I saw that could be cleaned up is things that should be cleaned up. It's not like the talent or the groups that we got are not capable of being good in the NFL. Like I like that they had some good play, some good movement, especially like I said, when they brought Benedict out there to get that run going. The way Swift did run some of those hard runs, those are stuff that you can circle for those guys too when they look at the film. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing, this is what you're not supposed to be doing. And I like that point of it too. I just don't like I said, the feeling of them looking like they let up. And I don't know if it could have been because they like the refs is nitpicking too, by the way. So I don't know.
Santos missed. He didn't miss 2, did he? I just see this comment.
I just missed the one.
Just the one. Okay, I just want to make sure.
The other one is a non-kick. We should have kicked it and we didn't.
And then on the 4th. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lobo Mega. Go ahead.
No, like I said, go down and get points. Go down and get points. You just start off, just go down and get points. Hopefully being realized that now, like, okay, like I said, we not week 11, 12 of what I expect this team to be after some battles.
Right. And my whole thing was with that was, okay, Caleb wanted it. He wanted to go. You remember he was like me, he was mugging, he was nodding his head, let's go for it. But y'all had to call a timeout. You know what I mean? At that moment when you got to call that timeout, okay, scrap it. Fuck it. Kick it. Now, if y'all was still in rhythm and y'all was ready to go and everybody was, and y'all can get the playoff without, but y'all had to call a timeout. Man, just take it. Take the 3. I didn't like that from Ben Johnson. Lobo Mega said, win, lose, or draw. I always rep our team. We just have to get ready and be prepared for Detroit. And we can't lose to Detroit. We cannot lose to Detroit, fellas. Bear Truth coming in saying they getting used to the motions and cadence, but they overwhelmed a bit, in my opinion. They getting used to it, and they are absolutely overwhelmed because you could see late in the game, and I saw this from Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins talked about this on the quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a decorated quarterback in his league. He ain't got too many like major accolades, but he got a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of success. A lot of
money. He get paid because you know what he's talking about.
a lot of fucking money too. But when he went to Atlanta, he was like, "Oh man, this motions, a lot of motion." He struggled with the motions of the offense, and I mean that's no excuse. You got to get it together and figure it out. But man, they could it was them emotions was fucking them up. Kyle Play said three for 12 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down. No, take the points. Wow, we were 3 for 12 on third down.
And so was they. Wash. Like I said, if you look at the side by side,
but with JJ, they should be. With us, we can't be. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's the like I said, it's for me, it's that fourth down, it's that missed field goal, it's that block punt, it's those penalties.
Let's talk. Oh, we ain't talked too much about the play at the field goal we gave up at half with 22 seconds to go. Oh my god! Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's just
you got to play to the end, man. You got to play every second count, every inch count. That's what y'all should be out there preaching, man. And like I said, big ups to like you gave him his props and Sean Wright, and not just for the pick six, like for going out feeling like hurt or whatever. Like we already down. I'm already the second guy.
Oh, he did limp, didn't he? Didn't he?
Yeah, I already got a second guy. Let me hit me with that thermogun. That thermogun, put some ice out on this mug, and I'm right back out here. Let me get back. And then he still held up after that. I thought he was going to be a little less than, but that's good. That's like I said, we talked about him this preseason about him and Stevenson. Stevenson, you gonna lose some minutes, as they say.
You know, Wes, I'm shocked you ain't Nashawn Wright ain't your guy because he been putting on the clinic. I like him. He gives me what we want Zay Frazier to be.
Yep.
And what when he gets on the field, yeah, exactly.
Same. They just say that's what they were thinking he was gonna come in and do, and that's what I'm thinking that Frazier gonna do when he come in and have those moments. And I thought that play. I thought Dennis Allen was going to run it again once JJ McCarthy got momentum. Send everybody and let that protection be that protection. Throw him off a little bit, you know. That's what I thought, and because I thought he hit it at the right time, and that's how we got the pick six. Because it was off. They wasn't sure everybody was coming, and then everybody came, and he had to try to do what you're supposed to do. I got to get the ball out to my best guy, and you know. It didn't go in his favor, so I thought he should have did that again, at least one more time. Let Nashawn, let Stevenson, let them go one-on-one in their coverages, because ain't JJ said it. That's how you get paid. That's how these cornerbacks get paid in the one-on-ones. So I think that's what they should have did. But like I said, I think they got kind of soft in their play calling, and
they got lackadaisical.
There you go. You know, Ronnie, he gonna go on a thesaurus. Lackadaisical.
Complacent.
But yeah, we can go ahead and hit. Go ahead. You can play with Ben. You want me to do it? I don't know if I can. Oh no.
My bad, fellas. My headphones. I don't know if y'all can still hear me right now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Look, let's listen to Ben Johnson. We got Ben Johnson here. I couldn't hear what y'all was just saying. I probably would have had some comments to make, but we got Ben Johnson, then we got Caleb up next. Finally, they took a little long to get him up there tonight, but okay, here go Ben Johnson on tonight's game. It's real short, fellas, so I know he was irritated. So it's yeah, it's Ben Johnson.
No audio.
Is it muted?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then see it
you
go
hear that
the way
now?
it did there in the fourth quarter.
All right.
All right. Obviously, disappointing way to start the season there for us. You know, we just have a 17-6 lead, and then see it go the way it did there in the fourth quarter. You know, we said going into week one that the team that would make the least number of mistakes would win the game, and unfortunately, we were on the wrong side of that. We made too many there. late in the game, myself included. There were a number of things that I could have done better, a number of things that a number of guys could have done better. When you look down at the stat sheet and you see 12 penalties, that's got to get cleaned up in a hurry. And yet we've been saying that all training camp as well. So, we'll find a way to get that done. It's going to be a collective effort. No one's pointing fingers. Statistically, I really think the defense did a really good job up until the very end. That fourth quarter, things got away from us a little bit, but up until then, they kept us in that ball game. Offense was stalling out, some good, some bad. I thought Caleb played well to start the game for the most part, finding completions and getting us moving. We weren't good enough on third down or fourth down as the game went, which we knew that was a good team on those downs. And then, of course, when you have the penalties and hard to establish the run game quite like we wanted to, it felt like we were behind the sticks most times. So
you only use one running back, Ben,
which was a struggle for us offensively. Guys did play hard. They played with great intensity, great effort. And I hate to see that they didn't come out with a W there at the end. But no one's going to feel sorry for us. It's going to be a quick turnaround here to get going for next Sunday in Detroit, our first road game. And so we got to turn the page here quickly.
And what happened offensively after the hot start?
Just inconsistent. We felt like we were gonna get some completions to get us going there, get the ball in our playmakers' hands, and it was those were a little bit harder to come by. I thought Caleb did a good job working the pocket there early in the game. And then the running game just didn't feel the rhythm as I was calling it. There was some good and some not quite so good. It didn't seem like we were all on the same page at the whole time. So
dumbasses that keep talking about Caleb. That run game,
what we said, as long as we were communicating that Mike point and we're on the same page, we'd be just fine this game.
What about Caleb throughout the game?
He gave up on a run. He just said it. And it wasn't as bad as he thought.
6-20.
Yeah. I thought he started off really well. And then I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at exactly where those incompletions came in. But it certainly felt like it dried up a little bit. And probably a credit to Flores and the Vikings as well, making some adjustments on their end because some things tightened up as well.
Then when you guys were getting the run game going late in the third quarter, I think it was first and 10 at their 24, and then you had the holding intentional grounding. How would you describe the way that whole
we talked about this whole sequence
away to missing the field goal, how that kind of maybe conflated things?
Yeah, no, it's I think you certainly feel it when you're on the sideline there. You got it moving, you got it going, and then all of a sudden it starts going backwards and negative plays are happening, whether it's penalties or the intentional grounding.
Call the refs out.
And so,
call them out.
Yeah, I mean, it cost us some points big time.
Hell yeah, because then you'll kick it.
Finding some sort of rhythm within the offense. In this game, your tight ends only accounted for about 4 receptions. How much of a role do you think that played in the outcome of tonight, and what do you hope to do moving forward?
Each game's different, and so they knew that they were going to have a workman-like approach to this game. They were going to be big factors in the run game and in protection for us, and so as a result, the receiving game might not have been quite as big this week.
On that first possession in the second quarter after they kicked the field goal, you guys come down and you decide to go for it on 4th and 3. What do you think is your decision-making process on there? And does Caleb need to get that throw with more open kind of there in the middle of the field?
I'd have to go back and look at exactly from his viewpoint what that looked like. But
Caleb missed the
we
pass.
liked the call and we liked the decision at the time.
At the end of the game, after you guys scored the touchdown, what was the conversation about onside versus kicking off? And then were you hoping that kick was going to go out of the end zone?
Yeah, the intent was for the ball to go out of the end zone.
I know it was.
Did you guys consider onside kick? I mean, how did that?
Yeah, it did. We felt like if we had kicked it out of the end zone and gotten the 3 and out that we got, we would get the ball back with around 56 seconds.
Thanks, guys.
Did all the fucking math. But, like, that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of shit that happened in this game. You just talked about Caleb in the offense moving down the field. Then you get a phantom holding call, right? Not only that, okay, boom, that's the refs. I'll call that. Then Caleb does the magician, right? He does what he does, and he escapes. And right when he escapes, the motherfucker trip over his feet and gets an intentional grounding. He probably should have just went down, but he tries to throw the ball, and now you back 10 and you get a loss.
And you lost it down.
Okay, boom. Then he throws so now you're 3rd and 30, and he throws like a 20-yard pass to DJ or whoever it was that called the pass. Okay, that's fine. Get the chunk back. Now you're back in field goal range. This kid on the other side of the ball just boomed the longest field goal in Soldier Field history, right? 59.
He
tied it. And you fucking blow a 50-yard field goal on your, like, it's not just Caleb, people. Stop trying to blame Caleb so much. You fucking dumbasses. The coach just sat there and talked about the run game. Do y'all, and I'll let y'all comment after this point. Ben Johnson is coming from a team where he ran the fuck out of the ball with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, and it set up everything that they were trying to do. The run game was not going. The only time the run game got going was on that drive we just talked about, and it was moving down the field for real. And it ended in bullshit because of the refs, because of the kicker, and because of Caleb. It's not all on Caleb. It's a lot of bullshit that was going on in this game. That run game, Ben Johnson wants to run the football, people, which I don't understand why he didn't use Kyle Monangai, but he wants to run the football. He wants to run the football. That's my thoughts on the head coach speaking. Talk to me, fellas. God damn. The chat, like, people like ATF just like, it pisses me off because it's like you want to force it on Caleb so bad. And hey, fellas, for tonight, I have not baby Caleb. I thought he could play better. He should have been better, especially when there were times. Okay, 7 minutes in the game, now you got the ball. Go take the lead. Go handle business. You know what I mean? I'm not happy about the under center shit that was going on, but it was a lot of stupid shit going on tonight, fellas. A lot of stupid shit. Go ahead. Take it away. Anybody. Somebody.
I felt like we should have put Caleb in shotgun more.
Oh,
especially in the second half. Obviously, the running game wasn't working. You need the running game to free up the passing game. We do not have the studs that Ben Johnson had in Detroit in our backfield right now. So until our running game gets going, and it might be on the line, it might be on the play calling, but it's definitely not Caleb running the ball. So, I mean, get the running game going, and obviously that frees up the passing game. I mean, it's just simple football 101 with that. It's definitely not all on Caleb.
And we gonna get to, like, Caleb had his fair share. He is not, like I said, I was underwhelmed by what I saw from Caleb today.
Right. He was not top 15 or 16 or whatever, and not tonight he wasn't.
Right. But golly, the bullshit that's coming out in the chat tonight about Caleb, rightfully so, though. We all knew this was gonna come. If Caleb didn't win this game, we all knew this. Even if he won the game.
And that's why I said in the chat, I was like, God damn, Caleb. Because if Caleb would have got that pass to DJ for a touchdown, all of this would have. That's the only. You notice I didn't say nothing about Caleb the entire game. I was talking about everything else besides Caleb in our group chat. I didn't say nothing. And I was just like, God damn, Caleb. Not that he fucked up or nothing. It's just that that would have been that play that could have LeBron them down. You know what I mean? That could have been
hit that throw before.
I know, and that's why I said, God damn. Because he threw it. I think you can go back and look at all his touchdowns. 3 of those touchdowns to DJ Moore was the same exact almost play.
Yeah.
One of them was right there in front of him. One of them was right by the end zone, and the other one was over the shoulder to DJ in the same spot. And I think that's why it kind of maybe sailed a little, because he wanted to keep it out of harm's way. But hey, Mama Blues, put you up on the screen. You know, you get a VIP on the screen.
For sure.
Good to see you. But that's what I was saying in the group chat. Like, God damn, Caleb, that was the one right there. Everybody would have come, hushed it down after that. I'm not blaming Caleb, and I don't think being abandoned the run because it wasn't actually working because it started to look good. I think he abandoned it because of the 12 penalties that we was already having, and now you're gonna put those O linemen back out there and that cadence and that because people
we
think
got
cadence,
a Mama Blues. My bad. We got a Mama Blues sighting in here.
Yeah, I know. I put it up there. You could throw it.
Oh, you already put it up there?
Yeah, I put it up there
Okay,
already.
my
I
bad.
saw. But my thing was, I think it wasn't the actual run game. I think it was the penalties, because the penalties that happened in that same time the run game was getting good. That's when the penalties was hurting the most. When we started running and Swift was running hard, we got those penalties that we were talking about that drive that kind of kept pushing us back when the run game was getting there. And I think Ben Johnson had the mindset of, if I keep doing it, Jonah Jackson is going to false start again. Or the refs is going to see a pancake and call it a holding call again or whatever. So let me take the Zebras out of it and do something totally different. So they looking at something different because what they, you know what I mean? And I think that's why he said it was a feeling to him, not actually what he kind of saw. It was a rhythm thing.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't working because we saw it. They put it on the screen 3-4 times. They were running hard when bidding with Theo out there. I'm gonna keep throwing him out there because he, as a rookie offensive lineman, he had 30 snaps out there.
You saw that
no
7-9.
penalties. You saw them. You saw him. You saw him out there, and the Canadian man, undrafted Canadian out there, no penalties, no nothing, blocking hard, like all of that. And that's why I said I was surprised that I think it was John. I wrote it down. I think Jonah Jackson had 4 fucking false starts.
Jonah Jackson missed. He not only the false starts, but I saw some blow in the run game.
Yeah,
I saw him miss some blocks that would have sprung DeAndre Swift loose.
And like I said, out of all the people, when I'm looking at the players, because we've been doing this for 8 months, I've been looking at who is who and what is what and who came in and what they supposed to be. And he was one of those guys that we didn't really have to worry about. And you brought up Grady Jarrett. His stats, they didn't call his name, but he did have 2 tackles for a loss and 3 total tackles. But him and Billings pushing that pocket up the middle with we saw Swift. And they didn't even say his name. They called him Javon Dexter on the screen, but it was Swift a couple times out there. You see them stopping the run, pushing the pocket in there. Daniel, like all that. It's that what I thought it should be. That accumulative pressure of those guys working that offensive line, and then after they get out that first one, that gave Chris Williams and Dom Rob even showed up in the backfield a couple times. So. He was in the backfield. I don't think he completed tackle, but he caused the pocket to collapse. He caused, and that's what I'm asking. I'm not you second string. I just need you to not fuck up.
Right.
How about that? Don't miss a tackle. Get off your block. Close that pocket. So with that all being said, I think it was in Ben Johnson's head of starting to not trust what was going on because of the tendencies this player was having on this day.
ATF, I will challenge. Tell me something you didn't like out of anything besides the quarterback, and we'll see. Like that's how I'll gauge what you seeing and what you actually watching, and if you actually care. Tell me something you didn't like outside of the quarterback. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Look, Mama Blues. Am I getting? Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, you can put that one up there. I didn't know which one you was gonna put up.
I think every position had costly mistakes today. LO, that's the sad part. The blame is pretty evenly spread. Mama Blues, where you been?
Yeah.
Bear Truth killing you right now. He's killing you. He's definitely the top. The top fan. Yeah,
he took over.
Hey,
he took
I'm
over
about to
your
say
spot,
Wesley.
mama.
I had to say it, man.
He took over your spot. He traveled. He go to away games with us. So
yeah. Hey, yes. Says right. Plus, we was missing our hitters,
and we still was
no.
good.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And our coverage was still good, and those guys were still out there. Nick McLeod was out there covering that as Kyler Gordon as the nickel.
As the nickel. Was he 24? 24, 26?
Yeah, he's 24. He's 24.
Okay.
26 is Nashawn. Nashawn is 26.
Okay.
But he's 24. He was they were he had him on hush. I mean, like remember, I even talked about the safeties. I know we felt like they could do a little better. We talked about the touchdown with Bayard and Brisker on that other touchdown where we expected a little more from them because we hold them in high standards as our safeties.
Absolutely.
But on top of that, like I said, when we did the Vikings versus the Bears podcast with Vocal Viking and all that, I said on special team, Jonathan Owens has been
that 2 point.
Like J.O. has been there even all last year. He take his opportunities and he capitalizes on them.
Yeah, he does.
Every single time he make a really big play on special teams, and like you said, it's kind of hard to make that on special teams. But
that was a tough play. Now you had to follow. It was man covered, so motherfucker, you better follow him wherever you go.
They said he ran 28 yards to make that tackle. Next Gen Stats by AWS, no sponsor. 26. And remember, he had the forced fumbles last year. He had the big tackle. Like
I was hoping for one of those. I'm like,
I was hoping for one. I caught
it loose. Somebody, please.
We are on the cusps, and they should hear us scream. Y'all are fucking better than this, Chicago. Chicago, y'all are better than this. And I hope. Hopefully, it takes 6 days.
We better not lose to the Lions. Oh, we better not lose to the Lions.
Hopefully it takes 6 days.
ATF came in here with something other than the Caleb. He said they could have ran the ball with the rookie, which I also been saying. But
yeah, I thought he had a couple runs. I thought I saw him, but I mean his blocking. I saw him blocking.
They was putting him in to be a run blocker.
Run blocker.
I mean, not a run block, but
a pass. You know what I mean? Pass pro. Pass pro. Yeah, he was pass pro, and I think they called a hold on him. That wasn't even a hold. That was another bad penalty. That was another one. Dude was already falling down. He was just over his body, and they called a hold on him. So, like I said, I could find out of the 12 penalties. It kind of reminded me of when we talked about the 68 sacks last season. Who was to blame? Was it Caleb or was it the offensive line? And it was kind of like split in the middle. These penalties was kind of split in the middle. I would say we had about good 6 of them. I'll even go 7 and give us 53% of the probability. But the other half was just some, I don't know if you can go back and review a flag and take it away. Like, oh yeah, we looked at the video and no, he didn't actually do that. He did. Right. We need to pick it up. Like
they used to remember at one point you could challenge the offensive pass and the pass interference.
But yeah, it's only certain. That?
Yeah, it was like 1 year they
did. But you should be able to. Hey, a bad call should be a bad call.
My lady was saying that all game. I'm like, we can't challenge that. We can't challenge that, babe. We can't challenge we can't not no judgment call. That was a whole challenge. That whole
we could have challenged. We could have challenged like 6 of those flags low key, and they should have went. And I don't know if they're in Jersey or wherever they at, looking at the reviews. But those guys you gotta look and be like, that's not really it. And it's like, even with the hands to the face, my hand is still under the face. Just because his head goes back don't mean my hand is in his face. It's on his chest. I'm sorry that it's so close to his chin.
But that was clearly not.
That was,
you know what I mean?
You see what I'm saying? That's what I keep saying. It's based on what they think it is, based off the rules they play. That's why we go to court and we get good lawyers.
They treated us well. They treated us tonight.
They cheated us on a lot of that, but I felt like I remember playing football and basketball and soccer at one point in time when it wasn't going our way. And the coach said, "Let's give them nothing to complain about."
Yeah, let's give
them nothing to complain about. Get clean, take our time. And one thing I do want to praise Caleb on is what you was saying, Mark. You was talking about this offseason of he was getting out of the huddle with 18 seconds.
Yes.
He was getting out of the huddle with 17 seconds. I saw it, and I kept seeing it, and I saw it a lot where he had plenty of time to get down there and get everything going.
And you see the difference, though? Like, JJ McCarthy, they was getting out.
5.
Yeah.
I saw it. I want to throw that out there. I'm going to let you know. I saw the difference in the time of getting out there and having the rush and all that.
But see, Wes, that's part of it. But then you get like that's part of the pre-snap operation. But okay, now let's get the play the false starts, like the stupid shit.
Yeah, the false starts. But remember, he was drawing and he was using his hard counts.
He was using the cadence. You've seen the cadence
to mess him up. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like for every kind of like false start play, I seen him hard count making the defense move how they was finna move to remove their disguise.
Right.
Where they would try to jump and then back up. He's like, oh yeah, him right here. I see what he doing.
Hey, Randy, we got a Randy. You remember?
We got a Randy. We got a Randy. We got a Randy up in here.
Yeah.
He hot. Him hot. He too excited.
Yeah.
We got a minute man in here. He from the bus right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We got that. And that's what I'm saying about the whole thing. It's like getting a win would have been great. But like I said, in the tape and what they can do with this tape alone against a good, like I said, I'm not taking nothing from Minnesota. I do not think Minnesota is a bad team.
Whoa. We got a minute man in here.
Yeah, man. He was making some of those guys move. He was making some of those guys move way before they wanted to. He's like, oh yeah, I see you. Hey, right here. Him. You see him? He hot. He hot. He ain't gonna last long. Him right there. You see what he doing?
We got a minute man in here. He finna bust right
he
now.
He coming off. He coming off. And when we was doing that, and my whole thing is, if he can master and control that in this offense and get those reads, like you just said, Randy. Look at him. He getting Randy. He getting excited like Austin Powers. He ready to shag. He ready to shag. He ready to shag.
You got this comment right here after you said that. Playing the wood, not no pause, but pause. Y'all boys, okay.
Our defense, like I said, overall, like the only problem I felt
we gonna get to the grade
quarter.
so you can actually make sense of it. But keep going, Wes.
We
do got Caleb though. We do got Caleb at the podium though.
Yeah, let's put Caleb on the podium.
Let's get Caleb on the podium so we can get through it. We got Chef West grades coming up. Hold on. We got Chef West grades coming up after Caleb. We got 200 people watching between Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Man, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. We go live twice a week, Wednesday nights. The schedule's been a little wonky lately because of everything that's going on. But we back now. The season is here. Twice a week, Wednesday nights, Sunday after every game, post-game shows after every single game. We will be here giving our opinions on what we saw. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm your host, Mark Rob, with my co-host in the building. You see, he on one tonight, man. He on one. Chef,
I'm on X. I do it every day, all day long. Hey, look, I got the menu whenever y'all want.
Follow my guy Chef West on X as Wes Hefner West 87.
Hefner West 87. That's why I'm mad at Luther Burton. You talking about? I thought he was 13. Like, nah,
wasn't he 13? Hold on. Let me shout out my guy OG Ronnie B as well at the bottom of the screen here with us, man. Look, we do this, man. This is what we do. No holds barred. No holds barred. And if y'all saw that CHGO bullshit that they was pulling last week, come over here. Come over here with us. Exactly.
Like Kanye said, 2 words, Southside, Chi-Town, till I die. Let's go.
My fucking boy Wes. Hold on, wasn't he 13? What happened?
He was 13 for 13 hours.
For 13 hours.
Yeah.
And then when but somebody else was 10. I thought Jade went to 10.
No, nobody went to 10.
Nobody took 10.
No.
He went to 13, and then we officially released Tyler Scott later on that day, and then he jumped on 10 like that.
Let me get that 10. Yeah.
Come to death, bro.
I ain't petty, mama.
Petty what?
Petty Eddie.
Oh man, nah, that shocked me. That threw me off. I'm like, damn, because I was looking, I'm like, who the fuck is 10? I saw 10 out there a little bit earlier on some motion and whatever. I'm like, okay, who's 10? What 13 at? I ain't seen 13. I seen 10, but I don't see. And it was him. Okay. I wasn't up to date on that, and I should have been up to date on that. But here we go. Look, quarterback, we probably, kept him at bay for a little long, but here he is, the starting quarterback, QB1, Caleb Williams.
Hello, everybody.
Caleb, it seems that towards the end of the game,
I gotta run to the restroom.
started to get away from you. Can you pinpoint the reason for that happening?
I think that just happens sometimes in games and in moments. Just got to reel it back in and go out there and execute. I think we did that on that last drive, or second to last drive that we had. Being able to reel it back in and go out there and complete the ball.
What kind of track in the passing game after that hot start?
I think just I think first it starts with getting in and out of huddle. It starts with being able to just complete some easy passes, check downs, and things like that.
ATF,
keep the
we
drives
saw.
going. And I think we did that in the beginning. And that's the hot start that you're talking about. And I think a few balls got batted. We had penalties and things like that, so it slowed the drives down. Slowed the momentum down that we had, and we got to get better at those.
Caleb, the series that ends with it being 3rd and 30, and then Kyler misses the field goal.
Yep.
What is the lesson from there in terms of the momentum change?
Yeah, the lesson there is get the ball past the line of scrimmage. I was trying to throw the ball away, and it just didn't get past the line of scrimmage because I knew we were in field goal range. I think I've been able to have a couple of those moments, and I've come up here and spoke to you all about learning from those moments, and I knew we were in field goal range, like I said, and just being able to get the ball past the line of scrimmage in that position, trying to throw it away and trying to keep us in field goal range.
Yeah, with the same possession, you had Cole across the middle. What did you see on that one? Kind of thought you missed them by a wide margin across the middle.
Threw it a little bit in front of him. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, we worked this play all week and was hitting it, and we kind of did it twice today and missed both in the same spot. Missed it right in front of him, and it's frustrating because did everything perfect all the way up to that, and then just missed. And that happens, and so just being able to come back from that and keep punching, keep fighting. But those are big moments in the game. Both times, I believe we were either
play the cold
high
he's
red
talking
zone or
about.
in the red
Did
zone.
I miss this play?
Just missed right in front of him. Just a bit outside, so or inside. So frustrating. Something that you practice, something that you hit throughout the whole week, and move the backer and whip it in there and just miss.
The other one's the DJ pass on 4th and 3. Is that?
It was DJ. Same thing. Just missed right in front of him, wide open, and moved the backer, came back and missed the same spot, same route. And like I said, it's
off, my boy.
Something that you practice on throughout the whole week, and something that I'll be better with, something that you have to hit in those moments.
You take such great pride in his accuracy.
Go Cards.
Why that didn't go the way it was supposed to go?
I think I got to go back and watch it, honestly, but I think I set too far in front of it and tried to lead him and let him a little bit too far.
What's the key to kind of stepping on things when you got him down, trying to bury him early? Is that an aggressive mentality? Is it aggressive play calling? Is it aggressive shot taking? Like what is that you guys started out really well and kind of felt like you were dominating the game for the score?
Yeah, absolutely. We felt like we were dominating the game, like you said, and we were in control up to 2 scores coming out of half, and that mentality is something that we have, something that we preach, and that didn't happen today. And I'm not. It's not a play call thing. It's not anything like that. It's just being able to go out there and execute the plays that are called, and be able to execute them at a high level. And that's something that we take pride in. And today that didn't happen, and we're going to get back to it. Like I said, we got to, or like probably Ben said, we got a short week. And so we got to move on to the next week. We'll come in, watch film tomorrow, and move on from it. And then from there, it's it's being able to lost my train of thought. It's being
Fuck
able to
them,
move
Caleb.
on,
Say what you want to say.
and go on to the next week, and correct the things we need to correct, and the positive things that we had, and
You can
things
see
like
he's
that.
thinking too
take
much
from
up there.
Caleb, were you making more of a concerted effort to scramble more to stay out of negative plays?
Scrambling to stay out of negative plays. Yeah, I think that's important. I think especially playing versus Flow. It's such an aggressive defense. It's such he's such a smart D coordinator. And those guys on the other side are really good players.
Hey,
So
it
being
get
able
like
to take
that,
what the defense
Wes.
gives you and be able to get out of things or scramble and go get a first down or touchdown or whatever the case may be. Versus Flow is keeping us ahead of the chains, and that's something that I take pride in, something that that Ben and I talk about consistently, and making defenses hurt when they want to drop out or play man to man and things like that. So it's important. It's important to us and the offense and our team, and whatever's important to us is what I'm going to do.
When you see your second double-digit lead kind of dissipate like that, I know Darnell said that he felt like looking around on offense that looking around like somebody needs to create a spark here.
Somebody.
By that, like if nobody's doing it, is it on you to do that? Like how do you view that?
Yeah, I'd say that is a feeling that can happen and can appear. And in those moments, it doesn't necessarily come down to somebody doing anything outstanding. It doesn't come down to anybody doing anything out of character or anything like that. It comes down to being able to go out there and be together. All 11 on the field, doing our job.
ATF,
at
look
one
at
time,
Scrolls.
ball
Look at Scrolls. Chatty
then,
put in there.
When time
the
comes,
excuses are beyond all of us.
Either
But
the
it ain't just
ball
on one person.
or it's thrown to a receiver, or we run the ball, or whatever the case may be. Ball's in my hand. Once the ball disappears from my hand, I deliver it to wide receiver. It's time for them to go make a play. We hand the ball off. It's time for him to make a play, and if the ball's in my hand, it's time to make a play.
Oh my God, who is
other than
Scrolls?
that, everybody
like
just
button,
has to do
Scrolls.
the 11th, including me. And
Scrolls.
I think we'll be able to execute the plays that are called.
Caleb, it's your first game with Ben.
Yep.
Full game. What was good there, and what do you two need to work on?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of good there. Our communication. I think he was getting the plays in, fast, and been able to get out the huddle. We need to be better with that, and I've been able to get up to the line, make checks, or whatever the case may be. But I think it's a growing process that it's going to keep growing from here. This is the start, but definitely not the end. So we'll keep growing. We'll keep being passionate about this offense.
Come on, one more question.
Passionate about this team and winning.
Caleb, your nails have the suicide number on it. Why is that causing you?
Yeah, just being able to bring more awareness. On a national level, it's important to me, and being able to support. I don't know if this does help or affect anything towards anybody of preventing somebody of doing something like that, but I do it for those reasons, just in case it does. Awesome.
Big shout out.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say big shout out to K Williams for bringing up suicide awareness as a veteran. Y'all know that's a big thing in my community and my friends. So big up to Caleb. I want to throw that out there, man.
That's my boy. That's why we talk about. That's why we talk about the nail painting and everything that people come at him for. It's like the stigma around bullshit. We need to keep that bullshit. And I'm glad, like you said, Wes, he should have done that, because there's a stigma around suicide too. But ATF, modern NFL teams are all putting up 30. I'm gonna tell you how many teams put up 30 this week.
Oh, look, I was gonna look it up. Go ahead.
I'm looking right now. Not your Chiefs, not your Chargers, not your Bucks, not your Falcons. Pittsburgh put up 30. Jets both put up 30 against each other. Okay. Colts put up 30. That's 3 teams right there. Carolina didn't put up 30. Jags didn't put up 30. Nobody. 3 out of. Okay, and then you had the game last night. Baltimore
the 40
versus
40 game.
The 44. So you had 4 teams put up 5 teams put up 30 out of 32. ATF at this point, you just talking, man. You just talking to just say shit, and you don't even look up. Yeah, it's 5. He don't even look up.
I counted 4. 1,
Four?
2,
Was
3,
I wrong?
4, 5. Yeah, you right, 5. You right, 5.
Coach put up, yeah. At this point, he
Coach 5.
just talking to talk, man. To hate on, like, I mean, 24. Your team put up 24 points. The Vikings should not have put up 27. Look, and this is exactly what I was saying with, like, we can get a defense to praise. Yes, they did, but they was balling, but it tailed off, and it didn't just tail off a little bit. You can't give up 27 points to that team, regardless of what you want to say about the offense. They had 6 points all first half. They came out there and put up 21 more points in the second half. Where'd that come from?
And my whole thing is Dennis Allen, just like
thank you for your
Flores. Thank you, Cecile. Appreciate it. But it's like Flores was doing, like, we seen what happened when JJ was under pressure. And you knew it was a short field. You knew this. And you seen what, and for me, I seen what our wounded secondary was doing against them early on. You got to put pressure. Don't give him time to get the ball out. Is what I felt like shouldn't happen. Like, I felt like it should have been way more pressure. One-on-one, I would give him one-on-one. Deshaun, you looking good. Tyreek, you looking good out there. And like I just said, I shout out to Nick McLeod. Y'all out there looking, y'all covering
they
good.
Was doing a thing.
Covering good. No receiver had over 50 yards. No receiver had over 50 yards. And the only reason that Aaron Jones had 44 yards is because of the touchdown pass that he caught, because he had time to throw the ball. You bring that pressure, you get him like you say, Mark, like we say, get him off his mark.
Keep going, Wes.
Yeah, get him off his mark. He was hurt. He was and like I said, it's some guys we miss. Like I said, TJ. I didn't even bring up the fact that the way this defensive line looked, we didn't have our all-star that shined all preseason in Austin Booker, who we won't have for another 3 more games.
Honestly, Austin Booker might look good against this team.
You see what I'm saying? Like, with everybody looking how they was looking, like, bring that pressure. Our 4 was good. You even said it quite early on, Mark Rob. Do we have a good pass rush? That pocket was tight. That pocket was really, really tight. And after a while, it ain't gonna keep being as tight because fatigue gonna set in. Injuries, little bumps and bruises, little soreness gonna set in, and you have to bring one more. Just like we did in the run game. When our 5 couldn't get that movement, we brought in another offensive lineman to kind of get that movement. We might have to do that on defense as well. And like I said, this was a wounded defense. So everybody who like, oh, the defense, we was missing a lot. It's a lot to look forward to as well. I don't want people to get out of that, because if you got JJ on that side, and the way, like I said, we got to give Deshaun Wright all the glory right now. We got to give him all the right, because if you got JJ on your number 1 healthy and real good, you got Deshaun Wright on your number 2, with Kyler Gordon on possibly your 3 or whatever, with TJ actually in there who covers really, really well. Tremaine Edmonds did a great job with holding down the middle of the field, batting down passes, doing good things. This defense is poised and primed for a good next 16 games. That's how I feel. I feel like Ben needs to go 50-50. 50-50 what Ben Johnson want Caleb to do, and the other 50% just let Caleb do what Caleb do. And I think we'll be quite all right. And run the ball. If you got to bring out Benedict to get those runs, run it. That's what you got to do, bro. Because I see all the comments, and it's just
it's a lot of
it's hard to explain, because it's feel like, I don't know, y'all didn't take quantum physics like I did.
Ronnie, thoughts on what you saw, what you heard from Caleb?
I think what I heard and saw from all of them was accountability, no pointing the fingers, which, that's always a good thing. But I did feel like the look on his face was almost the same look when you see him at the line of scrimmage in the huddle. Sometimes he's just, like you said, thinking too much. It's not coming natural. Like those questions, he should be able to spit those answers out the same way when he goes to the line to read the progressions and the defense. It should come a lot simpler. He shouldn't be going, and I think he's got a lot of pressure on him. There's a lot being thrown at him, but at some point, like we're saying, we got to stop making the excuses for him. But I mean, he's acknowledging his mistakes, willing to acknowledge them and say that he needs to work on certain things, which all athletes have something to work on. I don't care who you are. There's always room for improvement for everybody, but overall, I mean, yeah, it's just the same old Caleb, I guess, at the podium. Just he's never pointed fingers. He's always taken responsibility, and that's one of the things I like about him. But I mean, same old, I guess.
I mean, I was gonna say, read the books and the articles that come out about him. You'll think that ain't him, and it's crazy how you get on the podium every game, after every practice, or whenever they want to speak to him. He talks the way he talks, and people always want to bring up the ums and all that. That's fine, but when he talks about the team, what he needs to do, and how he needs to get better, it don't sound like what these people are reporting about. And maybe we don't see it, I guess. But if you're talking to a reporter, you're not gonna give them nothing either. It's like being interrogated and being on the stands. You do the same thing both times.
Especially when these are the same people that's spilling out bullshit about you. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. We heard about the article that came out, but look, Mama Blue said, did y'all do the blame game or not so great yet? We definitely did not so great. Mama Blues, you've been here. You know how we do. We kick it off with that. So all right. So look, okay, hold on. I'll give my quick analysis or whatever on what I heard from Caleb, what I saw from Caleb. Then let's go around the horn. We'll give our grade. Ronnie B, I know you gotta get up out of here soon. So you let us know when we gonna do the grades though. If you can get through the grades, then that'll be dope. But if you can stay longer, then stay longer. Look, man. Caleb owned it. He recalled everything that all the plays, the 4th and 3 miss to DJ Moore. They were talking about a Cole Kmet miss, or was it a Loveland miss? I think it was a Loveland miss. I remember across the middle, the same thing, outstretched, just missed it.
Yep.
Okay, Caleb hits those passes. He has to hit those passes. Those are easy drawn up passes. Completions that he has to hit, and he just wasn't hitting tonight. Like I said, I'm telling you, man, fellas, it felt to me a little off from Caleb, even though he started 10 for 10, 11 for 13, whatever the fuck it was as it was going. It just seemed a little bit off, but the comment section, especially from Scrolls was they gotta get better as a unit though. It ain't just Caleb. It ain't even close to being just Caleb. I mean, I hated what I saw from special teams stunk tonight. And Chef West, when you get to your grades, we get into Chef West's grades, they just stunk, man. It wasn't good. Defense was really good, lights out. But what happened in the second half? Late third quarter, all fourth quarter. Like, what happened? We didn't dominate the time of possession, but we won the time of possession. So don't tell me y'all tired, because they weren't tired. They started teeing off. And Kyle, yes, absolutely, Kyle. Move on and get better, and that's the goal. Because we're going to face another team next week in the Lions who didn't perform well. With their interior O-line don't look so good. So we should be able to take advantage of them. But it would have been nice to get this win when we were the better team tonight. We were the better team tonight, man.
Definitely.
For sure.
Too evil to hope. Caleb is legit. Is that a Vikings quarterback in his logo?
Maybe. I can't really see.
I think that's a purple helmet. Okay.
Like
Well, look, he said Caleb is legit, and I appreciate that, especially if you're a Vikings fan. You've seen what we saw. Caleb was legit. He could have been better, but so could the other quarterback. The other quarterback about to get praised, though. Trust me. And that's how this game works. You got to win, and it comes with wins and losses. That's how it works. I didn't necessarily like what I saw from Caleb tonight, though. I'm gonna have to say that it just looked weird to me. It didn't look normal. It didn't look like growth. It didn't look like improvement. It looked like thinking, and it looked like trying so hard to be something you're not. And I don't know. It just was a little wonky to me. Kyle says, we know we were the better team and we got to play like it. Absolutely. So, all right. So with that being said, look, like I said, I didn't like what I saw. I did not like what I saw from
I just feel like how everybody was perceiving this first week, Ben Johnson first week, new offense, new interior line, new defensive coordinator, new system here, new system there, new. It didn't feel as brand new as people were projecting. Because remember, people were saying it's going to take 4 years, 3 or 4 years for them to get this down pat. I'm looking at about at the end of the day, like, to be realistic, let's say 6 weeks max, 8 weeks max, kind of with what they were doing, because it looked like they had a feel for majority of what they kind of was supposed to be trying to do. And like I said, obviously the penalties kind of cut them down, but you seen, like I said before, like you seen Caleb 50-50 being what Ben Johnson want to be sometimes and being Caleb other times. You seen, like I said, about Swift running the ball, putting his head down, blowing people, putting his shoulder down. Caleb on that run when he got to the
oh my gosh,
to the end zone for its actual touchdown. I was like, you supposed to did it twice, because if he would have did it twice, if he wouldn't have tried to go out of bounds and let up, my man's wouldn't have had a touchdown.
All I was thinking was on the first one, I'm like, Caleb said, fuck it. Y'all want Tyson Bagent?
Yeah.
I'm putting my shoulder down, and if I get hurt, y'all gonna get Tyson Bagent. If not, we get in the end zone. Simple.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
I love that.
Like I said, with the defensive line, with the next man up in the secondary, even with Noah Sewell stepping up, and I mean, did a really good job. I mean, he is not TJ. I wouldn't even put him together, but man, did he step up. And that was great. Like I said, so tweaks need to be had, players need to come back, but that whole it's going to take forever kind of thing, I don't think so. And I think somebody put it in here. I am optimistic about this season. So optimistic about this season.
John Willis says penalties and terrible quarterback play killed us. Oh my gosh. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Look,
that's good. Yeah, I'll keep the comments going. We're gonna get into the grades. Ronnie had to dip out, I think.
I think Ronnie had to bounce. He had to get up out of here. But look, we gonna keep this thing rolling. Look, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. Go live every Wednesday night and Sunday nights, or whenever the Bears play. We go live after every game, post game shows, giving our ideas and opinions. I like Bears coming in with some of the stuff. Refs did hate us. They did. You could tell late. All the key plays they called flags on key plays and key downs. He said the PI against number 1, which is great coverage, which we was just talking about. If you want to call the flag because he didn't get his head turned around, he got his head turned around a little late. But he did get his head turned around. Dude was smothered. You can't call that. There's no way he's catching that pass. And then you got our defense. We lost a couple starters. Absolutely, we had some starters out. But John Willis, Swift had a great game. Swift did not have a great game. What were you watching? Swift was fine.
He was fine.
He was fine.
Good game, Swift. You caught the ball right. You caught the ball. I think he had Swift had 53 rushing yards on 17 attempts, averaging 3.1. But he also had he only had 3 catches for 12 yards. So all right. He did have some good plays. That kind of pushed us in the right direction, and then penalties took away his effort for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I like what Swift. I do like what Swift is showing. What he wants to do this season. I do like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Prove the haters wrong, man. Okay, let's let these comments keep rolling in, and then let's move right into Chef Wes. Great. Well, no. Let's grade Caleb real quick.
We can do Caleb grade.
I was hoping Ronnie stuck around for this, but you know how this go, man. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Caleb Williams, great Caleb Williams performance.
What y'all got? Let's see the grades in the
Put
comments.
the grades in the chat. Put them in the chat.
So we gonna tell y'all Caleb Williams in this loss. I'm gonna throw that out there because I know y'all think it's all his fault. 21 for 35, 211 yards, averaging 6 yards per pass, 1 passing touchdowns, 2 sacks, 6 carries for 58 yards, 9.7 on every carry, a touchdown ran, and the only rushing touchdown, as well as the 13-yard long run.
The intentional grounding killed us, to be honest. Before that was a phantom call, holding call on your right tackle. The intentional grounding happened, and it still was a 50-yard field goal after the intentional grounding.
That should have been made.
Like the last guy, the guy on the other side of the field just nailed a 59-yarder. So what are we talking about? Like, if we gonna hold one position accountable, let's hold everybody. All you got to do is go out there and kick and make it. It wasn't blocked. Not to mention, Wes, we ain't talked about all night. We had a blocked punt tonight.
A blocked
Special
punt,
teams was shitty,
which was bad because y'all put Jade Walker on the linebacker to block a punt, which I felt like was just like Jade Walker's my size, 5'10", 185 pounds. He my size. And you want me to block a 6 foot, 200-something plus pound linebacker? That was crazy because I watched it again. And you guys, if you want to, watch it again. That's not y'all seen Jade, what Jade does. So I thought that was just bad scheming. Like, I don't know. It could have been better. Maybe Torrey could have. I don't know. I'm not a punter.
Special teams, when you got guys out, that moves some guys
that
up
moves
into
guys
the starting lineup
into the starting
who
lineup,
would be on your
like
special teams.
Noah Sewell was supposed to be probably blocking that guy. And that's why I'm like, okay. But that missed kick, and on top of that, Cairo, I don't know, man. Cairo has been
50 yards. You gotta nail that. Like,
you gotta nail that, man. I mean, we Bears friends who went through a season, and I think this was it the Trubisky season when Robbie Gould had like 130 something points in that season because he just kept kicking field goals. He was kicking 55 and 58 and 57, and it was as good as gold. Remember when Robbie Gould was doing that for us? And you kind of lose that mindset when you don't got a perennial good kicker. Like, for me, a good kicker misses maybe 2 a season, and I know Robbie Gould ain't did that.
I mean, 50, he gotta nail that 50.
I know he ain't did that. He chucks. He don't follow through with his leg. He don't get. They even said it when what's his name? Richard is the Vikings kicker. I think that's his name. When he followed all the way through. What's his name? Santos.
Yeah.
He popped the ball like it's just not racial. Like he playing soccer.
I mean, well, listen to Ben Johnson. We just listened to Ben Johnson in the press conference. He said, "Yeah, we thought that ball was supposed to go to the back of the end zone.
Yeah,
we knew that ball wasn't going in the back of the end zone. We would have onsided it." Cairo just he
Think about it. Cairo is 5'8", 5'9". Our punter is 6'6". You need somebody you need a big guy back there. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know about the kicker situation. Cairo, I've always. I mean,
John Willis finally something other than Caleb. Like everybody, boy, I'm telling you. So if everything on Caleb, why did the Ravens lose? Was it like couldn't be Lamar? He had a pretty fucking good game.
Yeah, a really good game. It was King Henry fault because he fumbled. Maybe I don't know.
You gonna call it? King
You
Henry.
see what I'm saying? We can talk about stuff that happens. We can talk about stuff that happens. It's not all on Caleb. Yeah, he could, but at the end of the day, he don't. I mean, he don't
Caleb
have
sucks.
to be.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all can. That's honest. Caleb could be better. Would be the statement. What you want to go get Daniel Jones? He's worse than Fields. Fields just had 3 touchdowns in the loss. He scored 30-some points
and lost.
Look, so, this is my thing. But anyway, can we get to my?
Yeah, let's grade because John Willis obviously is dumb as fuck and he got his mind made up. So let's give out Caleb grades real quick, and then we'll move on to Chef West grades. I'm gonna go C. I got a C for Caleb. I said I wanted to see more. I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was terrible. It's just everybody hated what they saw from Caleb last year. I wanted what I saw from him last year. I didn't like this version of Caleb. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like it. Yeah. He was in a bubble. He was in a box. Ben Johnson was reminding me of Matt Nagy, trying to run your shit constantly. Yes, you can coach Caleb and keep trying to help him get better, but it's game time. Call what's working. You know what I mean? And John Willis, you a bitch. I'm gonna just say that you a bitch. So, but anyway,
I'm that's just the thing that Bajan ain't better. If you want to go get Lamar Jackson or Allen or Herbert, or you want to go get one of those guys, you can even. The Bajan thing that bothers me is
he ain't never seen.
You might as well just. I mean, I will feel better if y'all go tell me the 6 other quarterbacks that was drafted with him, and I can take that argument. I can take the Knicks, the Daniels,
now he's blocked.
But
you see, it's always that undertone though.
Yeah,
you see that comment. It's always
even
that
though
undertone.
16 of them started this year. Good for them. Shout out,
dumbass.
But my Caleb Williams grade.
Dumbass.
And that bear claw is a plus.
I'm about to say, was that a plus? Okay.
That bear claw equals a plus. So that's my new thing. My pluses is gonna be bear claws, everybody. So Caleb gets a C plus. And for some of the reasons that you said, Mark, that you didn't like, that I did, was that he was able to kind of do both. And I think he needs to just.
But see, that's what I wanted. I didn't see both. I saw one side.
I see pick and choose because even in the beginning, I'm like, all right, Caleb, good job. Even like I said, on the rush touchdown, that was Caleb. That wasn't Ben Johnson's Caleb. That was just Caleb being Caleb. Moving up, stepping up in the pocket, pump faking, all that. And I get what you're saying in the sense of we're down. It's the 4th quarter. Now I need to hone in on what this guy does best, because that is what he's most comfortable with, and that's how we could possibly win a game instead of putting him back into training wheels in a way to get him back to what I need him to do. He tried out. He was doing what I needed him to do. He went 10 for 10. He did. You know, he's been in the pocket. He's been settled down. He's been getting the ball out. And like the sacks happen. So even right now, if he only averaged 2 sacks a game right now, that's 34. That's half of 68. So I think he's on track to doing well. So I give him a C plus in the sense of kind of how what you saying is he went through the reads too fast, trying to be Ben Johnson's quarterback instead of being Caleb, instead of kind of sitting on DJ and Broom like he used to, like he would. And we kind of drug him for not doing the checkdowns as well. But a lot of those routes, like I said early on in the show, had to develop. And if he would have waited a little bit, he would have got it. He would have been there. That was him not being Caleb and being more Ben Johnson's quarterback. So I think they just need to find that 50-50 kind of balance. And I think that's something that just has to be done with time. So that's why I gave him a C+.
I agree. I wouldn't see you. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I was just saying C+. Because you started off great. They started to change stuff. Caleb had to decide. They switching it up. They trying to throw different things at me. Should I be, like I said, Ben Johnson's quarterback, or should I be Caleb Williams? Should I? How about this? Should I be Ben Johnson's quarterback or the Heisman winner? Heisman winner or Ben Johnson's quarterback? That kind of thing. And I think that's why he had that kind of differential. I think Ben should sit down with him and let him know, like, I trust you. We've said it all the time. Like, I want you to be in the under center, in the pocket, hitting on time when that matters. But I still, and Ben Johnson and Caleb said, you still have the freedom to be Superman when you're ready to be Superman. So I think he just needs to find that balance, and I think he'll be great. Today, like I said, it was not technically all Caleb, but I give him a C+. Give him a C+ in the sense of started off great. I think that was the first time we went down and drove and scored since Justin Fields. Probably running the ball on the Dolphins for 51 yards for a touchdown, I think.
21 for 35, 211, 2 sacks, 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing, no interceptions.
No, I mean, like I said, we had no turnovers other than they gonna mark us down for that last one at the end of the game, the fumble for the flea flicker kind of thing. They're gonna put that in, but other than that, dude, like, we were the better team. We should have won. And on top of that goes back to, and I'm not clowning Ben Johnson, but it's you gonna learn too, because this is a learning for you too. This is some learning for you too. You got to trust these guys. You got to trust the 53 that you putting out there, and a lot of them came out. Even I forgot how you say his name. It was K Pas whatever, but it's
Tona. Oh man, I was saying his name great when he got the sack.
Yeah, when he got the sack. Like, remember, we just picked him up too, and all of those guys, like, trusting these guys with Wright, McLeod, like all of these guys are going to come in so much later on down the line, and Ben has to reel his own personal feelings and shit in. You just starting, bro, just like you did 4 years ago. Was it 3 or 4 years ago when you just got there and the Lions still wasn't that good and you were still pushing along? You got to keep that same kind of mindset. That's what we're doing.
No, absolutely. I do want to give a shout out to the Scrolls. Said you guys have a new fan. This is what I'm looking for: a balanced view of the entire situation, not just Caleb. And that's what, because that's what a lot of people gonna do. Most of these podcasts, yeah, it's easy to try to put it on the quarterback because you don't have a actual view, smart view of what you're looking at. We try to make smarter fans here, more educated fans here. And look, some people don't listen, and that's their prerogative. But
look at Saquon. Look at Daniel Jones. I said, look at Saquon, right?
Yeah.
Look at Daniel Jones.
Exactly. Like, it's not all on it. Look, it's a lot more to it. Yeah, especially tonight. You can see it. Like, I don't know how people can put it all on Caleb, and we literally seen the defense. Everybody was defense, and that same defense disappeared on us. That we was defense. You know what I mean? Which, like, look, you can't take away from what they did. They scored points. But you gave up 27. Like, I don't, you know, it looked different. We was getting sacks. We was doing this. We was doing that, and it stopped. Then you got missed field goals, and then you got blocked punts, and you got all this weird stuff going on.
Not covering punts, not covering kickoff. Even that last kickoff, we expected to go into the back of the end zone. Okay, y'all run to the, and that's what I was talking about finishing. If I'm the gunner, right? I was a gunner. I played gunner before. Right, people remember last season they said I had no play for. I play gunner. You run all the way to the back of the end zone, even on fair catches on safety. Remember back in the day when you see them run, it'll go over, and everybody will still run all the way to the back of the end zone. The kicking team will still run, keep flying, always. That's what we should have did. We gave them 5 seconds, and if you look at it, they put it on the screen where the receiver caught the ball, waited, looked at Kevin O'Connell, and the rest of them was like, go, because y'all pulled up because y'all thought he was gonna kneel. No, you run all the way through. You tackle. You a linebacker. You tackle. You don't tackle just you tackle through the body. You go through the body.
I hated our special teams tonight.
Yeah, it was just crazy. It was like because they kind of everybody started off kind of okay, and then it was like, oh, well, they're not here to play, so we're not gonna play. I don't care if you're not here to play. I'm still gonna play through and through every single time. Blah 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 blah. And I felt like we just pulled up, and somebody should have been like, I mean, we got a coaching staff. We got 12 coaches.
Well, see, even then, like I said, the coaching staff expected him to boom it to the back of the end zone. Don't even let him return it in that.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things that went wrong tonight, man.
Hey, like they said, verify.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify. I trust he gonna. And my whole thing is how you gonna trust? He missed 50 yards. What do you think? He thought he was gonna? He thought his leg was good enough to go that far again?
I don't know why they thought Cairo was a boomer to just kick it out the back of the end zone. Since fucking when?
I mean, every once in a while for sure. Yeah, you get a good one up. But my whole thing is we in a predicament. My whole thing is this is where situational shit happens in situational football is where you have to make present decisions in life. And this is not just football. This is everything. I want everybody to realize. Well, you have to make that decision in life. You have to, you leaving the bar, you finna get in your car and drive. This is a situational thing that you finna do. This is a maybe I get home safe and I don't, or you get pulled over and fuck up your whole life. You have to plan for the worst. You got to plan for what's going to be the worst that happens. And we're not going to talk about all the bat down balls that happened with Caleb. Remember, he was getting the ball out. They just batted it down. Good defense. Good for y'all because that's what they were supposed to be doing. It was 5 of those. So if you go 26 for 35, now that's only 9 misses because people keep saying they suck and he was selling balls over people. Not really. He only did like 4 times. The other 2 was in their hands, and I know that it was harder. But if they pulled it down, if Rome would have pulled down that big catch he had, and the first one that you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And if
bring it down,
Kokomet had another one that it was right there on. If he could have caught, just stick them kind of fingertips and brought it in. We've seen it happen. It's not impossible.
We seen it this week.
Yeah, we seen it this week. You see what I'm saying? Like one hand, we seen you could do it. So that brings his missed passes down to 5 at best. So if you really want to go in and dissect everything and go with the whole thing, that's what actually fucking happened. And at the end of the day, honestly, my whole thing, that's why I'm not so pissed off, is the refs kind of fucked us.
Yeah, I mean, and then you look at this comment from Milkman Productions. He said they caught us sleeping, but Santos not the guy. We saw so many 60-yard field goals this weekend, and he can't do that. Like we almost had one happen on our field, and we go out like I like it's like don't just like be in competition. The kicker got to have competition too. When you see a kicker on the opposite team go out there and nail that bitch on your field, you got to go do it too. It's a 50-yarder, man. But a lot of things, maybe he wasn't warmed up. I don't know. Maybe we should have.
Nah, he shook his head and he looked at Torrey Taylor. I watched it. He looked at him. He didn't even take all the time he had. He still had 7 seconds. He looked down at Torrey Taylor and was like, "I'm ready," and you shanked it.
You see this. You see the comments coming in. Mama Blue said, "I don't know. I can't even think of no excuses for him." Scroll saying Santos should be cut candidate after tonight.
Go get Kim. Go get Kim. Go get the 6'6" dude. I think Michigan State. He was he was with us. Jonathan Kim. Go get the 6'6" guy.
That was crazy. All right, let's move on to Chef West grades. We got Chef West grades, and then we got game balls, and we'll wrap this thing up. But first, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are not familiar with the channel, we go live twice a week, Wednesday nights and post-game shows for after every single game. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hit that like button. I'm your host, Mark Robb, with my co-host in the building, Chef West. We about getting into Chef West grades. The grades are final. The grades are final. No matter what I say, no matter what y'all say, the grades are final.
The grades are final.
Chef
All
West,
right, let's do it.
You know where you want to go with it. You want to start with offense, defense?
No, you know, I like you to
Okay.
say it, and then I got, because look, I got grade. I got what grade? I do my general overall grades of the most frequent grade I'm gonna give and all that kind of stuff already. So y'all gonna see repeat cards out here.
All right.
You ready for these cards, Mama Blues? You ready for these cards? They see that new look. They knew new logo,
Updated.
new year.
That's a beautiful logo. That's a beautiful card.
We know.
All right, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna start easy. Special teams. Give me special teams. Special teams.
Last year card, new year cards. So y'all know. Special teams.
Special teams. What we got? Grade for special teams. This is interesting. Okay. A D. Talk to us.
I'm gonna give him a D. Did make a field goal. Every punt didn't suck. The block punt was trash. The missed field goal was trash. The coverage started off kind of all right, but then it just got worse and worse and worse, and it was just not good enough. I couldn't say that they failed per se, but barely passed. I wanted to give them an F or a D minus. But like I said, a lot of those punts, like I said, Tory Taylor, I mean, he had some great punts in his own right.
Right.
But it's just, like I said, situational. When we needed them, that's when he failed. When we needed them to cover a punt or a kickoff, they failed. So that's why they get a D. Because they did do something, I guess. They answered enough questions. They put C enough times on the Scantron. I don't know if y'all know what a Scantron is, but they put enough C's on the Scantron to pass.
So, like you said, I agree with you. Look, you went D. I agree with the D. You chalked it up to like the look, Tory Taylor was booming some of those punts. And when, like, I think every single one they got, there wasn't a dude when he caught it. It wasn't a dude within 10 yards of him, and he just caught it and fielded the punt. And the same shit I was asking for on our side, we didn't get, which that goes into it too. When we caught the punt, Devin Duvernay caught the punts. Nobody was there. Like, well, no, not nobody was there, but the entire team was there to blow us up every single time. Devin Duvernay had to run out of bounds. And Wes is caking right now. I don't know what's going on, but he's caking. But anyway, they was there to blow us up every single time, and Devin Duvernay had to run out of bounds. And when you look at it was 9-day difference, Wes. It was a 9-day difference when it came to the punt coverage teams on both sides. And not to mention, they didn't miss a field goal.
They didn't. And Duvernay started off good. He started off good. It was morning and night. Every level. It was in the beginning, everything was good. And then they started just collapsing on Duvernay. I texted the thing. I was like, I'm harnessing the Hall of Famer Devin Hester, and I think Luther Burton got the ball, and Luther looked like he was finna go, but that was at halftime.
Which we had no more time.
No more time, but I mean that return from him between him and Duvernay, and like I know we lost and it hurts and it sucks. We Bears fans because losing is just usual, but I saw some things in there that I want to multiply on and continue on. With this team, it's just some shit that just is unacceptable.
It was definitely some good a lot of good takeaways in there. But maybe we're gonna start seeing more Luther Burden. I don't know. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, you add the missed field goal and then the block punt, and it sucked all the way around. So we're gonna go with D plus, right?
No. I'm a solid D, no plus, no negative. Okay, Mama got a D plus. I'm giving him a D. If y'all disagree, put it in the comments, man. It's we got almost 200 y'all in here. Go ahead, put it in there. All y'all on Twitter, get up in here. Go over to Facebook, like the subscribe.
I agree with you. It was bad. I'm shocked you didn't fail him, but I mean, you ain't got to fail him.
I wanted to, but like I said, there was some great punts. It was some good returns. It's just, I mean, even what they did without if they would have made the field goal, even would have lost still, and no block punt and all that. I mean, they could have had as high as a B, in my opinion. With even just what they kind of did, because special teams is
cover the punt, cover it,
yeah, cover it, just cover it, and if you can't kind of like just get them down, like whatever. But at the end, like you said, they start on a 40. They start on a 50. You know what I mean? That is all almost bad. But like I said, even at that punt that Taylor put like on a 9 out of bounds was 56 yards.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
Put that motherfucker inside the 10 out of bounds. Excellent. The field goal that you hit the first time, Cairo, excellent. It's after that was like
Okay, I agree with the D. Let's go to offense. Let's go offensive grade. What you got for offense? The offensive side of the ball. Ben Johnson, wide receivers, running backs, Caleb Williams, offensive line, which we didn't talk too much about, but the offense, I like what I saw from them.
I did, other than the penalties, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, it was the one person that never crossed my mind. Jonah Jackson, I never thought of. I had no doubt in him, and he kind of was the Achilles heel for us. But I'm giving our offense in total. I'm gonna give him a C, as we say in the military, a Charlie. I'm gonna give him a C. They started off good, and I know people was the 17-6. They wanted more, but it's football. It's football. Remember last year we lost 9-3 against Seattle, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you can win a game without a touchdown. This is football. You might just have that day or whatever, but I liked how this offensive line was working. I like how when they were doing good things, other than the penalties, the route running. I liked a lot of the route running from the receivers, the tight end. I like the tight ends, like Ben Johnson said. They was there for work, not receptions. I brought it up after Rome Odunze gave his speech. The wide receiver Rome coming inside the box and charging forward and blocking linebackers in the B gap, I believe. Like this team is bought in. I won't say they buying in. They are definitely bought in on offense, and we just need to get some positive results at the end of the day. Because I think they can get that. And like I said, I think that is really based off the balance of Caleb and Ben. I didn't really think the tight ends did too much bad things. I thought the running back did really well when he got the chance to do what he had to do. I thought the receivers got some good separation and they made some good route moves. But, like I said, I'm not going to shy away from this. Is an NFL defense, and NFL defense is what they're going to do. But they did, and we had chances and we had stuff that we could make. But we still look like a trying offense, like a pushing offense. And the only thing that kind of pushed us back a lot of the times for me was the penalties, which happens and it kills it will kill the Chiefs. It will kill the Eagles. It will kill the Bills. It will kill the Ravens, it would kill the Chargers. I don't care who your favorite team or who you think your favorite for the Super Bowl. 12 penalties for 125 plus yards, 27 was ours, will kill your team. But we didn't look like, all right, I'll just put this out there. Our offensive line did not look like the Chiefs' offensive line in the Super Bowl. They looked a lot better than the Chiefs' offensive line did in the Super Bowl. Our running, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, how he ran, looked great. When we did get the ball and the outfit, like I said, we got some other stuff that's coming, but the routes they ran, like it was a lot of clean ones. We missed a little bit. We just missed a little bit on a little bit of things. And that's what happens when active rounds come. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, and you're gonna have to think a little bit too. But I do like what we were doing and kind of half of what we did. How about that? I like half of what we did. And like I said, Ben Johnson still need to learn. Caleb needs to learn Ben Johnson. This offense need to learn. But we still kind of stuck in there. And I hate when people be like, oh, well, it was the end of the game, all this kind of stuff. But if we won, and let's say we won 28-21, but the last 2 touchdowns was we were dropping back and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
people would be like, well, yeah, which y'all only won by a touchdown. But and that's Bears Nation in its finest of it. But I give them a solid C. They right in the middle. It wasn't as bad as people said it was gonna be, but I thought Ben Johnson had them humming along for a while. And I thought Dennis Allen had that defense humming along for a while. And then when they had to shift gears, I don't know if y'all ever drove a stick. You got to change. You got to hit that clutch the right way before you change that gear, or you're gonna sputter and all that kind of stuff. And we sputtered, and that's why I'm giving us a in the middle, just a solid C on this offense. That's what they get.
I like to see. I definitely like to see. I wouldn't go nowhere above the C. No, nothing above a C. I thought Ben Johnson play calls could have been better. I feel like Ben Johnson doesn't know his team exactly. At this point, I do feel like we know this team better than he does. He's seen them for 1 year.
Yeah.
And we've seen these guys for a little minute now.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's new pieces coming in and out, but we kind of get the gist of what these dudes can do, or like who they are. Too much of what he want to run, man. I'm telling you, practice that shit in practice. But when you come out there, you gotta let Caleb do what exactly. Let him do what brought you here. Because what brought you here? It wasn't what you like to run. Because Caleb don't run what you like to run. So with that, I love the offensive line. I liked what I saw from them today. I was encouraged because that's a good defense out there that they played against. Braxton Jones impressed me. Joe Tooney was Joe Tooney. Like, I didn't hear Joe Tooney. I didn't
even know he was out there.
Man,
him and Drew didn't even know they was out there.
Running backs struggled early. They running back struggled early, but that's gonna happen, especially when you're the only one getting carries.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one getting carries.
But he did that at the end of last season, and he wasn't doing what he did today. Remember, he was running away from contact. He was he was balling up on plays too.
The thing is, like I said, DeAndre Swift was fine late. He was fine. He wasn't. I don't think he was like good at all for real. I mean, he had 3.1. That got to be better. 3.1 per carry. Eric Bieniemy won't at least 4 or 5, 4.5, 4 or 4.5, one of the two. But 3.1 ain't even close. So it like I said, it wasn't. Then DJ Moore had 2.7. Like the run game was not good. Jordan Mason had 4.5. Aaron Jones had 2.9. Look, the running game got to be better. It has to be better. It wasn't good early on. They had one good drive where they ran the ball well, and it ended with the penalties. And then Caleb throwing that bitch out of bounds or intentional ground, missed field goal, whatever. Wide receivers got open. They did get open today. I was impressed with them getting open, even on the ones Caleb didn't see them or he checked it down for a 10-yard route. Probably could have got like a, I don't know, 40-yard route, 30-yard, 20-yard, 50, whatever.
20.
And he checked it down for some less. The wide receiver got separation today. So I did like that as well. But Ben Johnson just, it seems like he don't know this team still. He don't know. You can't call wide receiver screens.
I think he trusts. I think he just don't trust.
You can't call wide receiver screens with this team. They called one. Why didn't we just call one? We called like 4. They called one.
They called one. And my whole thing is you gotta trust. You gotta trust. He said it though. He said my feeling when he talked about the run game, he was like the rhythm and the feeling. For me, that's that trust. That's that. Like we boasted about it all the time, winning the offseason all the time, looking at the depth chart. We're like, this person at their best. That's the thing that kills me a lot of time. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Let me unlock my phone. Sorry, people.
No, look, they don't. I hope you don't. I don't know why you should trust them.
No,
I don't know why he trusts them.
You should. If you don't trust them, they should be on your 53. I trust them to be the best at that point at what they is, the best at wide receiver 1. I expect DJ to be the best at wide receiver 1. I expect Roman to be the best at wide receiver 2. I expect Caleb to be the best at quarterback 1. I expect them to. This is what I expect, not saying that they will be. This is what I am expecting.
You expect this, but they've shown you the true colors all training camp.
And then my whole thing is this. My whole thing is this. This is why you lose your job. Well, you got your job. I expect you to be the best at your job. That's what I want you. That's what I expect from you. And the only way that I can get, if you baby people, it's nepotism at its best in a way. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna give it to you. It's up to you to be great.
Don't call plays that's not gonna work, is what I'm saying. Don't baby anybody, but
no.
If they can't run screens, like they can't block.
My whole thing is DJ running the ball 3 times is DJ at his best at running back. That too should have probably been getting the bubble screens, not Rome.
I don't think they should call any of those.
I'm just saying if you are. It should be DJ, not Rome. That's what I mean by the best at that.
I guess Rome would. I don't think it would have worked either way. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think either. I just think Rome was the least one out of the receiver. Rome is probably my least one on the wide receivers to get it. I would probably put in front of him Zacchaeus. Then I would put Luther, and then number 1 on the bubble screen it will be DJ. Just given their traits of how they do. That's what I mean by how your play call, in which I agree with you on the play calls, period. I do agree.
Too much under center late.
Too much under center late.
I preached all of this.
You need him to be Superman now because we're down.
Yeah, I preached all of this training camp. Okay, it's training camp. It's training camp. Ben Johnson's gonna call what they do best. He didn't call. I don't feel he called what they did best.
I think he did, and I think, I think with Ben Johnson, I think Ben Johnson is, as much as he get pissed the fuck off, I think he humbles himself enough to say, okay, so I don't be mad. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give it to them. I'm like I don't want to get into it like that, but Ben Johnson, like you're a husband, dude. You're a husband. Sometimes you have to swallow your fucking pride and do what's best for the family. You know what I'm saying?
Because they kept getting false starts. They kept getting false. They can't run that. Stop running the stop. Like, I get you. It was late in the game too. Like, stop running that shit.
But you didn't have to run it. But we could have put Caleb in shotgun. We could have got our favorite kid.
Yeah, like
we could have gave our favorite kid.
Works. It's
right. You see what I'm saying?
Man,
we could have gave our golden child the ball.
Right.
In the best position for our golden child.
Right.
with his favorite people, DJ Moore, and that hit on DJ Moore, that should have been a suspension, honestly. But I'm not gonna get in that because they not gonna do that. I can't remember the last time.
Teeing off.
I can't remember the last time that it was a bad play. Even back when Justin Fields was getting crushed, all those kind of days, that a player against the Bears made a dirty hit. I'm not gonna call it a dirty hit, just a violent hit that should be considered.
They tried to,
that should be considered suspensionable. That we got it. We never get it. We don't get it. It's fine. The Shield don't love us. Our fans don't love us.
Oh my goodness.
That's fine. That's why I do the podcast. That's why
conditionally they love us conditionally. If Bajan out there that love us, I guarantee that. But look, I agree with the C. I definitely agree with the C. Man, Ben, I expected more out of Ben. I expected more out of Caleb from this game. So I agree with the C. I wouldn't give him a D. I ain't going that far.
I'm not giving him no D. I'm giving him a solid C. Give him a solid C.
Defense. What we got?
All right. For the defense, I know this is probably gonna be a little controversial. Might be not. But I'm giving our defense a C with a Bear Claw plus. And I know that the defense was non-existent basically in the third quarter. But the reason I'm giving the defense a C plus is because that secondary was down. This is not me giving Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon secondary type of defense. Missing TJ, which we all say was a Goodwill steal. You know how you go to the Goodwill and you find something real nice for $4 and it just rock better than Versace? Like, that's TJ, and he wasn't out there. And we questioned, and you yourself questioned it. I'm so happy to pat myself on the back about this defensive line. And I said, I think they're going to be all right. My man Dio was everywhere. Look, his name was called almost every defensive down that he was out there. Chris Williams was called out there. The commentators called so many of the Chicago Bears defensive linemen's name, they was mixing it up. When Sweat would get a good play, they would say it was Dexter because Dexter did it the time before that. And then before that, it was Dio. And then it was, I cannot think of his name. Hold on. Let me find you, bro. Let me see if I can remember how to say your name. Because I got to give you props because we just brought you on real short in it and you were up there in it. Where is you? It was KP something. Let me say his name.
Tona
Passignon. Passignon?
Passino.
Passignon? That's how we say it?
Passino.
But how about this? I can say your first name. Tano. Tano was out there. We just brought him up. And if these guys still keep doing it was 9 of them. I want to count. It was about 9 of them that I seen out there doing great things. Dexter was in there. I just want to get him out the way so you don't get mad at me. Let's get him out the way. But you got Dexter. You got
good.
Dexter look good. Grady,
good, but
Grady Jarrett looked good. Sweat looked good. Dio looked real good. Chris Williams was in there. I mean, I can even talk about Daniel Hardy looking good on special teams with the only person who actually stopped somebody on a return, laid him out. You know, I'm surprised he didn't fumble. Like, I gotta give it to those guys. Gotta give it to those guys. So they get a C plus because they were missing people, but they held them to 2 field goals in the first half. And I know the third quarter, they started losing oxygen. They started losing momentum, which for me was, like you just said, Dennis Allen, you got to trust these guys and keep pushing them forward. Just like Ben Johnson got to keep doing with his offense. Don't let up. You got 9 guys on that line. Your 4-man front was fucking awesome. And I ain't seen that since Akeem Hicks and them back in the day.
He was barely blitzing at first.
You see what I'm saying? You weren't even blitzing at first. You should have set them again. You should have kept going. You should have kept doing whatever you was doing, my guy. But yeah, and like I said, down the linebacker. And like I said, Noah Sewell did great. I say he did great because he wasn't even supposed to be out there as much as he was. And I know he had his ups and downs, but he did he did real good. On top of that, we already pick 6 to the house, 74 yards return. Turnover, just like the Bears like. We like scoring. We like turnovers and we like scoring. And technically, we won a turnover battle, 1-0. That last fumble at the end of the game don't count to me. And Nashawn Wright, he came out there. He put it out there. Even that secondary, they held. But like I said, missing a couple pieces, that's gonna do that to you. That's gonna do that. Kevin Byard, you seen it. We talked about it early on. Kevin Byard is trying to, as captain. Remember, I told you. You said who's gonna be the captain on the sides of the balls? And I said Kevin Byard.
Yeah, but there's on the defense that we got a couple.
Yeah.
It was offense.
We got
We ain't got none on
I didn't
offense.
say I didn't. I'm not going into that. I'm saying who I thought would be that one. And Kevin was very vocal. He was moving people. He was doing what he. And it's that
he's a captain.
He's a captain. He was doing captain stuff, and I like what he did. So that's why they get a C+. The only reason that they couldn't get a B-, B+ is because y'all gave up all those points afterwards. And I can't blame that technically on the personnel on the field. It's a conglomerate bit. Dennis, you in this C+ too, dude. You belong to this C+ right now. All y'all, because your defense, wounded as they was, showed that they could hold off this team. And I feel like personally, and this is my personal opinion, Dennis Allen pulled back and allowed them to get it. Hold on.
I agree with I mean I would go as low as C, but C+ is fine. The C is fine. The whole C, all that is good, and that, you know,
the plus is because of the D line. Like I was surprised.
Stopped. That entire defense stopped playing, and True Pilgrim saying they were tired. I guess, but it seemed like the Vikings weren't. They came on late instead of being tired. So, like I said, C+, C+, C+. I'm right there with you. Nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Close the game out. Like you.
That's what I want.
Close the game out. Like really, we just 27 points.
I didn't see it. I saw 17 after the half. I saw 17 possible. Maybe 20. I saw that possible.
That's crazy. Okay, I'm in agreement there. I mean, you want to go ahead, coach? Head coach?
We just head coach, period, or coach? Chiz.
Yeah, however you want to do it.
D. And I know they look good early on, and I know they look good. Oh my God, baby, what?
Chase Lambert said the loss is on Ben for not taking the field goals. I was saying that the whole time. Like you gotta,
but he did
take the points in the first half. You take him in the first half. Maybe you warm that leg up. He get a chip shot. Maybe I don't know. But take him in the first half. He tried to take it late, and it didn't work out for him. So, True Pilgrim said we might have fucked up with Caleb. That Joker is soft. I mean, I guess if you feel that way, taking 68 sacks last season is soft, and he still played through every game. This is another time. Look, played through this entire game, and late in that game, they was rocking shit. Minnesota Vikings was definitely rocking shit. So, I mean, I guess if that is your opinion, but look, head coaches or the coaches were I needed better from the coaches. I needed better. I expected better. Ben Johnson cost us some timeouts. He called some timeouts that wasn't, I mean, not timeouts, but he threw a challenge flag that was just like, I don't know. Ben did not look like himself. I know they asked Ben about a lot of questions about Caleb and the offense and everything, but they should have asked him about himself. Ben didn't look like himself. Caleb didn't look like himself. That whole tandem duo was a little off to me.
It was, and I think he won. And the only reason, like I even said the thing, like I wasn't too mad about the challenge. Wasn't too mad about the timeouts.
It was a horrible.
We
challenge,
just bitch.
Wes.
It was a horrible challenge. I wouldn't say a horrible challenge.
Buddy was on his knees.
I questioned it.
Rolled over on his
I
knees.
questioned what the rule means because they said the down back contact, but if I don't touch him and I punch the ball and the ball come out.
Anytime you got the ball, you running, you take a knee, you give yourself up. Anytime that knee you get, you know, it's like when the runners are diving towards the end zone and they show them stretched out and they look at that knee. Did that knee hit the ground first? You're done.
But that's going out of bounds.
That been through it.
That's going
no. I'm talking about like outstretching to the goal goal line.
But once you break the goal line with the football, that's a touchdown. It don't
right. That's why they slow it down to see, did your knee hit before you broke the goal line? If your knee touched down before you, that's not a touchdown.
That's my whole thing is an inbound play of if you're down, you can roll on the ground. If nobody touches you, we've seen players hop over receivers who catch the ball and then nobody touches them and they get up and run. Before it looks like he rolled and was getting up off his knees and he punched the ball out.
It was over with. That was done for. Like that's my
whole question of, is the ball considered contact? Getting up off the ground. Like I said, it's subjective to whatever the rule technically is. And so for me,
easy.
It was
I couldn't believe.
For me, I was curious too, because what I saw was we didn't touch him physically. All we did was punch the ball out.
But we thought we was getting that call. Come on.
But it was
zero chance.
To me, it's like I said, it's one of those things that is, of course, I hear what you're saying. But subjectively speaking,
even without that, like rules, it's like he's on his knees. And it's like because if you want to play that card,
we should have waited till he stood up.
They could have like micro rewinded that and see, okay, he touched him here. Like he could have, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I could see it. They was like his ankle touched his ankle, so he's down by contact.
Yeah,
I could get that much, but what they said, and they went to the review center with the dude that does the reviews.
Oh, yeah, he said that guy is,
and he was like, his knee was down, but because he punched the ball, which is a legal play, and punch him in the chest is not a violation. He never said was that. They never actually said is that considered contact, because they looked at it and nobody actually contacted his body. But they didn't verify was that a thing. Like if we don't touch you, right, and you on your knees and you want to stand up, if I punch the ball out, is that a fumble? If I don't actually touch you, if I wait for you to get up or wait for you to try to get up and I just hit just the ball, is that considered contact with your knee down? Because if I don't do anything, if I just
that's the thing, his knees were down. He wasn't up.
But knees down doesn't technically mean you're down. You could be
down.
late.
Absolutely.
You could be. No, how many players ball up on the ground all the time? They get up, nobody touches them, and they get up and run for a touchdown.
They roll and get up.
They roll and get up. Nobody touches them.
This man was on his knees, both knees. You know what I'm saying? Like he was on both knees.
And that's my point of this.
That was courteous.
What does the rule say? Like if it's just the ball, does that count as contact? They can say, well, if you touch the ball, that's considered contact on the ground with their knee down. Fine. I couldn't accept that. But this is what I get with the interpretation of rules and what we said about all the other plays and the flags that had happened before, about the pass interference, about the hands to the face, about the holding call. Those are always subjective to what the referees interpret.
He was like, that's what I'm saying. Like Chase saying he definitely touched him before the punch. It was like a bang bang. You know what I mean? It was a bang bang. It was not. I was so shocked he challenged that dude. I'm like, because like, what do we like? You know what I mean?
I'm not arguing about the challenge of it. My whole thing
Right,
is
but it's
it made
Ben
me
Johnson.
curious. It made me
Ben
curious
Johnson.
about the whole fact of if we don't actually touch a player and they want to
Right.
get
You
up
could
and
be
you just punch
Wes,
the
you
football
could be
out, would that be a
curious.
fumble? Would
But
that
Ben
be a
Johnson
fumble?
can't. Ben Johnson can't be curious. You know what I'm saying? It's not about you, Wes. It's about Ben Johnson. And that was a horrible challenge. Like, no cap. I was shocked. The challenge. And then I don't know what we wasted the other timeout on. We only had one timeout at the end of the game. They had all three of theirs.
I think Caleb called a timeout on something that probably maybe shouldn't have been.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it was in the second half or not.
Yeah.
But it was Caleb called a timeout.
He was calling his timeout.
The clock was over with. The clock was over with.
I don't remember exactly. I think maybe the clock was over.
I remember. I don't know if it was first or second, but yeah, they was done for.
We was mad all season because we was leaving with 5 timeouts total in the game. No challenges, no nothing.
Nah, you can't. No, you cannot.
That was like I can be okay with your statement on that bad challenge call.
That was a horrible challenge.
All right, cool.
It was one bad. It was horrible.
Bad challenge call. Could have went either way.
No, it could not.
About it. No, I'm talking about his decision on it. Could have.
No, whoever upstairs who watched that and seen that man on both knees. What are we doing?
But to say like, oh man, okay, that was one timeout. To harp on the challenge, but not act like the block punt and missed field goal was way more detrimental than the challenge.
I'm not talking about that right now. The block punt, we talking about the coaches, your coaching grade.
My coach,
the block punt ain't got nothing to do with the coaches. You got to call the punt. That's actually, and then the missed the field goal. That ain't got. We talking about coach's grade, and throwing that challenge flag was bad.
I think not. I think not kicking the field goal was bad in a close game. In a close game was worse than the challenge. The challenge is like okay. And my point was this: we complained last season about not using timeouts, not having timeouts. And all right, cool. We used them.
I don't remember complaining about that. Matt Eberflus called bullshit challenges all the time.
Not challenges. I'll talk about timeouts. We was leaving games with 5 timeouts. We called 1 timeout and a half, had 2.
But he's not calling him. More. Okay.
And this is what I'm saying. Because the only reason
you cannot call that challenge, bro. I don't know. Are you serious? We had 1 timeout. That's because you called a timeout, a challenge with a guy on 2 knees. Oh.
Mm-hmm. And if we would have left with all 3 challenges and lost by 3, we would have said, "Hey, I mean, all 3
challenges, timeout.
All 3
timeouts. We wouldn't have because we got the ball back with 1 timeout. So we would have used 3 of those timeouts. They did. Vikings had 3 timeouts at the end of that game. We had 1, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
We got short memories around here, but it's fine.
The Vikings had 3 timeouts. We had 1. Why is that? Come on, man. What's your Ben Johnson grade? What's your coach's grade, bro? Because that was.
I gave my coach grade already. You forgot?
So what?
I gave him a D.
I don't
the
get
challenge wasn't it.
So what gave him a D then? If the challenge wasn't it, it was the going for it on 4th.
No. Coming out looking unprepared in the 3rd quarter. I told you the 3rd quarter was my whole thing. And
so that's okay.
I blame that on the coaching staff. Period. I said, Dennis Allen, you should have kept that pressure up and not made JJ feel comfortable.
But Dennis Allen wasn't blitzing in the first half. He wasn't blitzing. They was getting there with their front 4.
And you should have started blitzing when the front 4 wasn't. Like he said, like somebody said the thing. They look tired. All right, I'm bringing in Noah Sewell. I'm gonna bring him as an extra. And I'll bring Brisker in. I'll bring Bayard in. I'm gonna rush. I'm gonna bring in a cornerback blitz. I'm going to make him still feel uncomfortable. Is what I was saying. I said that already. Because you like one of the fans said, they look tired. All right, front 4, y'all did really, really good for 2 quarters. I'm not even gonna lie. And y'all tired. I get it.
He did blitz though, and
extra.
they didn't get
I'm
home,
bring
and
extra.
they picked
I
him
will bring
apart.
it. He blitzed halfway through the third quarter on a
Whenever he did blitz, he didn't get there.
On a
The only time we got our
blitz.
sacks was on 4-man rushes. When we blitzed, they picked that shit
and it's
up.
not
That's
about
all I'm
a
saying.
it's not about the sack. It's about he already got comfortable there. He already got comfortable in the tight pocket. He already started getting his zen for me. Just got his little zen in, and then the penalties put him in easy situations. That was my thing. I'm gonna go back and rewatch tomorrow too for Wednesday show for sure.
Coaching a D, I'll go. I'll go C- for sure. It wasn't good. It wasn't good, especially special teams. The special teams was horrible. D is fine. I'm not mad at the D because just on the optics of things, they sucked, man. They suck. I expected more. Don't give me a half. Don't give me a half because we've seen this in Bear where we come out and then people say, "Oh, Caleb showed up in the third half or in the third quarter or the fourth quarter." What about the first half of us not scoring all last year? You're absolutely right.
It was the reverse. It was the reverse.
Exactly. 4
and
quarters.
It was all third quarter. All third quarter where y'all had it
because
the Vikings. Because as much as people want to be like, "Oh, the Vikings in the second," no, it was the fourth quarter. That third half, it was stagnant on both sides.
Stagnant in the third quarter.
Both sides, we still had some chances to get in there, and I felt like the defense was showing more light, and Dennis Allen could have. And I get the whole coaching. Don't give away all your secrets and all this other kind of stuff. It's a long season, blah 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 blah. But one more every time. Especially, and my whole thing was especially how well your wounded secondary was covering. Like I said, other than LaShawn Wright's pass interference, he had a great game.
I think Tyreek had a. Oh no! Okay, never mind.
Tyreek had a couple penalties. One PI.
It was a
No, the bullshit one was the other one, but he had another one that he had too. He had another one that he had too, but that's Tyreek. It's kind of like a gamble, like we know what he is. Tyreek is aggressive. He's an aggressive cover corner. That's what he does. But like Nick McLeod, like the rest of them, miss some plays, I guess, if you want to call that. Should have been there. Could have been there, but I ain't gonna really harp on that. But being down 2 key players and still having less than 50 receiving yards overall on any player in the game. Okay, it's dead, baby. I'm sorry. Go. That's good. That I'm okay with that. We can keep every team to 45 yards receiving on 3-4 catches per kind of player down to it, where they only have basically 125 total receiving yards, and that's including wide receivers and running backs. I can take that. I can take that. But when your D line is playing above what I even thought they was going to play, you got to take that to an account and go for it.
4 quarters, man. So that was the theme of this game. But let's move on to let's give out these game balls and let's wrap this up.
I got my game ball. You got yours.
Or no, not game balls. My bad. The blame game. I know, right? I know, right? It's
who to blame? True Pilgrim 777. That's one of my favorite numbers, bro.
I'll go first. True Pilgrim said this is a loss of Caleb. Y'all trying to spread out the blame. The D got tired because Caleb was playing like shit. Coach Johnson got somewhat conservative because Caleb was playing like shit. It's on Caleb. Well, look, the D got tired, but D didn't get tired. offense was on the field longer than theirs.
Yeah,
So
they
how
did.
RD get tired and theirs not getting tired? That's all I gotta say. But anyway, I'll play the game. We're gonna play the blame game, and I'll give out the first blame. I'm gonna go Caleb Williams. Not because what all the dumbasses want to say. Like, it's a lot of dumbass football fans, man. It's a lot of dumbass football fans. But I'm not gonna say they got this one right when they blaming Caleb because they dumb as fuck. But this is why I say Caleb. And this is what I was talking about with Justin Fields too. There were moments, there were a lot of times where, okay, regardless of what happened, there were times late, okay, no flags, no penalties, none of that was going on. Late in the game, 7 minutes to go. I keep saying that 7-minute mark, 6 minute, whatever the fuck. Go make a play. Go make something happen. Go handle it. Go make the pass. Go make the throw. Go get it done. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Ain't no gas too. There's no gas too. That's why DJ Moore was limping off the field in those last like 5 or 6 plays. Caleb was getting clapped in the fucking pocket. Ain't no gas too. We all watched the game, didn't we? The motherfuckers was ready to go. First blame game. My first one is going to Caleb Williams. Good game, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Penalties, this and that, and the third. Refs. All right, let's go. Let's go win the game.
My blame.
And they didn't do it, so.
My blame people. True Pilgrim 77, Mama Blues. All you 200 people that still up in here. My blame game goes to. And it's a duel. It's a duel. My blame game goes to Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen. I'm blaming them, and I know. Don't blame the coaches. They just got here. What about Caleb? What about the run game? What about offensive line? What about the penalties? What about that? What about you changing it up and fixing it? What about you making the play calls that you're supposed to make when your guy not hot? When your guy not doing so well? I said this in a chat. Mark will corroborate this. I said, this is when you go back in there and it's 15 minutes and you plan for the uppercut. You plan for the play. Ain't no read the defense. You pick a play. I don't care if it's Caleb to Rome, which you know that I would love that every single day. But the DJ to Komet to Loveland, out the backfield to Swift. This is when you draw up those 1 or 2 hit plays for your quarterback, not just your run, because Minnesota did it and they did it for their run. That's why Aaron Jones Sr. wasn't in the game, because KOC said, you know what? I'm going to drop these plays for this guy I just got from San Francisco, who's a bigger back, a running harder back, and I'm just going to put it in his hand and trust my line, trust my team to just run. And that's how they got 3, 4, 5. They had about 5 good run plays the entire game, and those was all in the same quarter. Quit acting like he had trust in JJ McCarthy. He didn't. JJ McCarthy just made the right play, the right move, and the right read. That's good. Good for him. But I got to put it on Ben, because you put your feelings in it instead of the people that you put in your 53. I'm finna throw this ball. I'm throwing this ball to. It's the reason that we got to pick 6. Is because JJ said, I got to throw the ball to JJ. JJ threw the ball to JJ no matter what and just hope for the best. Got to pick 6. That's fine. But you throw it to Justin Jefferson because he's your star. I'm the quarterback. That's why I go when all fails. The coaching staff didn't do that. He said, well, I felt like the run wasn't just good. You got to keep doing it, though. You got to stay true to your 53. You got to stay true to those guys. The same thing with Dennis Allen. You got to stay true to what's been keeping them at 6 points the all first half. That pocket's collapsing, and y'all can say, oh, well, you know, that front 4 was tired. They did a lot in the first 2 quarters, though. We all can agree on that. That front 4, no matter who is out there, those defensive linemen, They were doing a lot. So bring some help. And I get, you say, well, they wasn't. They didn't. Just keep bringing 5 then. 5. Switch up the 5. Do what you got to do to keep that pressure on.
I watched Green Bay finish a game against Detroit with what they had. Finished through and through. The defense, not offense. Jordan Love didn't keep going out there throwing. They keep throwing. They finished the fucking game, man. Ain't no tired. None of that tired shit. They went and finished the game because they were better than them. They were better than Detroit's O-line. That D-line kept the pressure on. They kept it, and they kept it and kept it until the game was sealed. I watched the whole game.
And that's
ain't no letting up.
Hey,
like, what are we
that's
doing?
because LaFleur was like, hey, in and out. They in and out. Because it wasn't always. I watched that game too. I watched the whole thing. I remember you texted me and said, you done watching Green Bay? I watched the whole game. And they didn't stop. They didn't stop. They didn't change shit. They just kept going. And they kept, and even when they were looking like they was from
Jordan Love
taper
didn't keep
off
scoring.
when they would take Jordan Love didn't keep scoring. He wasn't having
Jordan
a great
Love
game.
did all his damage in the first half.
But they was bringing 5. They was bringing 5. Then they started bringing 6. Then they started stunts. Then they started this, and they started doing. They were coached based off the 53 men that they put on that roster at their best in their mind and their projection of them. They didn't worry about what they felt. I'm gonna have people gonna yell. He played a good game. Caleb played a good game too.
Yeah, true.
Jordan Love missed some passes too.
He did, absolutely did. But True Pilgrim is a dumbass. They won with only 27 points. We lost with 24. They gave up 13.
Yeah.
If we get up 13, guess what? We win.
Yeah.
Simple.
And that's why I said it's on the coaches. My blame is on the coaches for not coming in here. And y'all said y'all believed in this, and you said it, Mark, a bunch of times about bringing in new talent and more people and all this. And they kept coming up to the podium. We feel good with who we have. If you feel good, and this is what I meant by when I said they're best at what we can see, like their Madden rating is a 91. I expect them to be a 91 out of 89 every single time. So for me, when Ben was like, oh, the rhythm, no. For me, I'm saying that I expect them to be exactly what I project them to be as those players. And I'm not talking about the secondary who came in who did better. They, like I said, Nashawn, McLeod, even Noah Sewell, even though he gave up that touchdown, still looked at really, really good, like 1A's, 1B type players this entire game. But on the offense of it and on the defense, it's like you got to get your number one. You gotta bring them down into the box on defense and cause that pressure to collapse. That don't give them time to make that good decision. Don't give JJ the time to do that kind of shit. Like we got that 2-point conversion just off JO's just determination to get over across the field to make that tackle and make a good tackle. Caleb mechanics is off. What mechanics is off? He didn't do nothing different than no other quarterback. That's the problem. My whole thing is this coaching staff need to be okay with calling the right thing and being responsible for whatever happens after. Don't shy up. Call what you got. You don't got TJ. You don't got JJ. You don't got Kyler. Call what you got. You know who you do got though? You got pressure players and Brisker and Kevin Byard and TJ is a cover guy more than likely, but Noah Sewell's a pressure guy, and that front 9 that you had out that whole game, you should have been bringing pressure. That pocket should have been closed. If JJ throw the ball in a tight pocket up out and it floats and they catch, okay, that's fine. But bring that pressure. is what I'm saying. Like you said, on offense, this is why I bring it on the quarterbacks. I mean, on the coaches. Put Caleb in that shotgun and let Caleb decide what he wants to do. You gonna make a two-man read and scramble out? Go right ahead, dude. I'm still gonna put you in a shotgun and let you decide. Yo guys, DJ Rome, maybe Zacchaeus. That's what I'm gonna give you because you already said we watched the interview. The tight ends it was no plan for them to receive no passes. He said that. They said they only had 4. Well, we knew that they wasn't going to be catching passes this game. That was the game plan. They were going to be more pass pro, run block kind of scheme. So you already knew that. That's what you game plan for. Put him in shotgun. Put his tight ends out there with his offensive lineman. Add the other one if you have to. And let him throw the ball to the right spot. If not, let him scramble to where he needs to go. But you got your pride kind of hit. You didn't want to fail your first time out. That kind of shit got into it. And that's why I blame most of the game. Biggest pie cut out of me is coaches. Y'all got a little scared. It got a little tough. And y'all got a little scared. Because the game did not start off and it was not going how anybody thought it would be going. Because we didn't think that line, both lines, offensive and defensive line, was early on doing really, really good, other than the penalties.
This is one of those games, man. This is one of those games, one of those learning moments. Because man, it was bad. Man. It was bad. All third. It not even. I don't even want to say the late second was bad too. Like it was just rough. I didn't see anything that looked like they wanted to take this game. Now the defense, they played all the way through the first half. All except that. But see, where it started with the defense was that field goal they gave up at half. Don't nobody want to talk about it. They gave up it was 22 seconds. You give up a field goal. Like, what are you doing? The Jalen, the dude, like Jalen, what the fuck is this? I don't even know his fucking name. And he gets like a 30-yard catch to set him up for a field goal. Like that. It was downhill from there from the defense. And that's bad, man. I don't like that. Look, that's my blame game going. If you got any more blame games, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll wrap this.
No, I mean,
thing
I could do levels of blame, but that's everybody. I can say who was the worst to blame. Like I said, I'm giving it to the coaches, and then I could break it down.
We had no run game from Swift except in the third quarter. Then you miss a field goal and get 2 B plays all around same time. Caleb felt he had to play hero ball and stop taking what defense was giving him. Oh, 2 bullshit flags.
Bullshit flags.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Let's say what this flags. Flags is worse than just bad play calling versus bad offensively or defensively. If they beat you, if you're on offense and they just run a good defensive play or a defensive player gets up, bat down the ball, make a good defense play, you can combat that because you start back where you were at. Even on defense, it's like if they get a good play, you can actually reset that and push them back to where they was at on a good play. When it's a flag, it's like 3 times worse, I guess. If I had to do like math on it, a flag is worse. Even like the intentional grounding, that's loss of yards and loss of down. You see what I'm saying? So you don't even get to come back from it. So the flags played a big part in it, and we didn't deserve a lot of those flags either.
Shit. That's the sucky part about it. Like, that's the fucked up part about it. It could have been a clean game where we just let Caleb, let him play. A lot of flags on our part. A lot of flags. Not warranted though. Like, yeah, we did what we If okay,
Like
we
you said, Nacho.
calculate our flags probably would have mounted to 50 yards with all the far starts, maybe 50. And that's
Maybe.
because look, 5 yards of penalty for
That
false
was
start.
20 for 5, 25
You
yards.
know what I'm saying? So
we only had 2 more other ones, and that was no, because I'm not even gonna give them both pass interference calls. The one on Stevenson, I'm not counting that one, and the one on the shot, I'm not really counting that one either.
The Nashawn was you could choose if you want to throw it or not.
Yeah,
which you probably should lean to not throwing it.
Not because the ball was way
It was
shorter than what's
overweight,
supposed to be. You could pick it up, and that's the thing that bothers me about refs. Like, just pick the flag up. You get a chance to be right with yourself and God, dude. Pick it up. You can see where the ball was going. You can see the interaction, and you can see where the ball landed.
They just barely beat the spread, just like the first comment we had. They just barely beat that motherfucker.
But I digress.
Vikings covered, and it's sickening. But
and they shouldn't.
Oh man, Wes, this shit sucks. But look, any last words before we get up out of here?
I got a game ball. You got a game ball.
I do not have any game balls for losses.
I do have a game ball.
Go ahead.
My game ball goes to Dio. Good first game. Don't be like everybody else, my bro. Keep doing it. What you was doing all game in this game, but 16 more games. We questioned all these people we bought, and you came out. You and Joe Tooney. I can give half to Tooney too. Actually, let me get love to Tooney too. So it's a line kind of thing. Sewell probably wasn't gonna play as much if we was healthy. So I'm giving it to the starting guys. Dio, you showed up and showed out, man. You created a lot of pressure. You did a lot of things. Tooney, you did your thing too. So that too, my game ball go to. I'm gonna give it to Dio Adingbo and Joe Tooney. Because y'all did exactly what we paid for.
This to be the first time we gave out game balls for a loss.
Give a game ball. I'm gonna give a game ball every week.
I mean, you can't lose and get a game ball.
Guys.
But they play well. They play well in the first half. Nobody did well in the second half. None of them. None of them. So look, appreciate.
But we out of here.
Everybody tuning in to the Black Bear Podcast. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. We will be here Wednesday talking to y'all. Probably still licking our wounds from this fucking game, but also turning the page to the Detroit Lions, where we play noon this Sunday. We will be here then as well after the game. Recap everything we saw. On the road, going to Detroit, and Nacho that's funny. Look, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We will see y'all Wednesday night. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night. It's late as hell where I'm at, so we'll see y'all Wednesday. Have a good night, man. Peace.